And we're here. And it's time, and I'm excited because maybe this time we'll get farther. We'll get to where we actually want to be. What is it about encounters that slow everything down? Because as much as I feel like that still went fast for an encounter, encounters slow everything down. Oh, the classic. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. We're doing more Mothership. Everyone introduce yourselves. Who's your
Uh,
character?
Hi, I'm Fred and Jackson, and I'm learning that Isaac does not think we're fast enough.
No.
Isaac is not happy with our speed.
No.
Hi, my name is Sean, also known as the Talking Skull, he, him, and I'm playing Kolya, and I am learning that Isaac thinks we're too fast and that we need to slow down.
No.
I
I think we'll see who got the bigger response.
Oh no.
That's true.
When do we need to get just we just need to get just right. Damn it. But no.
Reminds me of the time I legitimately filibustered a session. I think I told you guys about that a long time ago, but I straight up like just dug into another player character's backstory as painstakingly long as possible. It was good. It was a good scene, but I was also being vindictive. And the DM, like in that moment, I was like, "Yeah, while we're traveling for these 3 days, during one of those times, I do this," and it was like an hour or something like that. Literally dragged out a scene for about a like half hour to an hour.
Now, you say it was vindictive. So, what is your reasoning for having done such a.
Oh
What is
man,
your
you've asked the first.
justification?
Let's really unpack this
Oh
drama.
yeah. Oh
I'm
man, you've asked the
curious
perfect
now.
question. This was a dude who was, I think I've told you guys about some of this off stream. He was very much like a hardcore Matt Mercer imitator, to the
Oh
point where me
no.
and some of the guys called him Pat Purser behind his back.
Oh
Uh,
no.
yeah, because he was like just he literally used one of the Critical Role maps and like renamed some stuff, but it's straight up the same map. He included story beats from Critical Role and just like tweaked a couple elements and like introduced them as his Donut Steel OC stuff. This guy also, this is not enough to be vindictive. This guy also uh mutinied my game. I've been running the game for about a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and one day after completing a major story arc, he was like, "Yeah, that was good, but like we were in the middle of starting up another story arc, and he was like, that was cool, but it would be really cool to see you as a player. Like, wouldn't don't you guys all agree? Yeah, what like next session you can be a player and anyway, so there was yeah he basically mutinied to the point where like we hardcore crashed that game to a halt, finished it, killed it, just killed that game, and started his game pretty much like the session after. So
Wow. What a
and
cool
he
guy.
wanted me to play, and I was like, okay.
Okay. That's I just don't I'm at least glad that I'm willing to always one, like with this, it's like I can't say more what my inspirations are wearing on my sleeve, almost to the point that I think I've caught myself being like, ah, fuck, they did that in Dead Space. Shit, I can't do that. I was like, wait, I thought that was my idea. God damn it. Yeah, I can't even. Ugh. See, aren't you
See,
glad
this
I'm
is
not?
why I just don't watch Critical Roles, so that I'm not able to
Mhm.
imitate Matt Mercer.
Hmm.
I can't even do his funny voices. See, that's why you gotta be, God, what, what was the thing that Katie called Matt Mercer? God damn it.
I think she just called him Mark Mercer or
Mark-
something like that.
Mark Mercer. God, Mark Mercer, such a good bit. But yeah, like that. So then what was the? It still sounds like there was a specific incident for why you were just being vindictive.
Oh no, I was just plotting the entire game. Like I was really trying to put the screws in it from word one because I in no uncertain terms I felt betrayed by him. Like
Mhm.
the others were shockingly easy to sway, which made me question my life. But it was persuasive, I guess. But the fact that like it was a hard drive from this person, and they invited me to play after that. They wanted me to make a character. I was like, well, I'll be here, and then it wasn't better, like because it was one of those where like he was like making like a political ad, like my game will do this thing, and I'll have this, and we'll change this and do this. Like it was like a freaking like political ad. I was suddenly against. So so yeah, I was very spiteful for a good amount of time.
Mhm. Well, I promise I won't hopefully do anything like that, Jackson. I don't know.
There.
It's always it.
Just don't be bad.
I'll.
Just do good.
I'm trying. Sean, I'm trying.
What did I do?
Sean, help.
Yeah,
Anyways,
he sold a thing and then was bad, I think was the point. Was so
mm.
yeah.
So that means that either A, I'm not selling a thing and it's bad, or I
You
did
didn't
sell a thing and it's been good.
you didn't like sell me like the promise of the most amazing
Jackson
thing
missed
ever.
it. Jackson stepped right into the trap. Jackson, stop while you're ahead. Save yourself.
Just don't commit plagiarism too much. Too much.
I'll try not to. I like to believe that all of my thoughts are my own, but also that I'm constantly, perpetually.
What if I put them there?
Oh no! Is that would explain some things? But anyways, welcome everyone. We are playing a tabletop game known as Mothership, published by. I should do this more professionally. Is published by. Time for Google. I
Believe
should
in
know
you.
this. I literally look at their. I've looked at their site so many times. Tuesday
You don't even have
Night
to Google it.
Games.
It's on the front pit cover of the book.
You're bullshitting me. No, it is! Yes. So this is a tabletop game by Tuesday Night Games. It is a science fiction horror game that is very alien inspired, as well as like things like The Thing and
Hey, here's a
other.
question.
Yes.
How come we're playing this on a Saturday night instead of on a Tuesday night?
Because I'm busy Tuesday, so don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying we fucked up from jump.
That would explain. I did not know that it was part of the incantation that I would have to do this only on Tuesdays. Till you say it now. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What is this bit, Sean?
Like some like Transylvania like vampire being like, please, gather around my large table. We shall roll dice together, friends.
Do you think a vampire playing tabletop would be bored by a World of Darkness game where everybody plays as a vampire?
That's specifically a world. No, it would be a power fantasy for them because they were born as like a 13th generation, and they're like, oh my god, I can finally imagine a world where like I'm important.
See, I was thinking it would be more like a scientist watching a science movie where they're just like, God, this is all so wrong. I can't even
Oh,
engage in good faith with this because it's just so
mhm.
frustrating to watch.
Uh-huh. Anyways,
That's good.
Uh, it's a science fiction horror game that is very alien inspired, and we are playing it because I have an interest in horror and science fiction horror and science fiction writing and horror writing, and we are getting along through it. Where is each of your characters right now, headspace wise?
Yeah, actually, I think I remember pretty well. Uh, I feel see telling that story about the angry story, the mutiny and stuff like that really put me back into the headspace that my character's in because I feel angry and betrayed by the doctor who before we landed was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to take care of this problem. You guys don't have to. This is my problem to solve." And I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, of course, as a player, I know that's never going to work out like that. But as a character, I'm like, I will believe your lies, snake oil salesman. And then we actually land, and the doctor literally doesn't leave the ship, and we're the ones out there fighting the monsters. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? What kind of deal is this? So that's the headspace that my character's in right now.
Kolya is. Kolya has come to the conclusion that he doesn't think that almost anyone is making it off of the station, and that whoever was responsible for this project fucked up so badly before we even got here that it's unsalvageable, and he's just uh, hoping to be proven wrong.
Gotcha. And yeah, it seems like last time you guys were a little bit rattled. You ended up trying to confront one of the individuals on the station right now, an affected individual, and it did not turn out very well in your favor. You guys did learn a lot, though, and I think with that in mind, because the last thing that you guys were kind of doing and discussing is you were discussing what to do with Billy. And not to definitely pad for a
Yeah.
little bit more time, because I'm trying to read and find something. Where did you guys leave off on that?
I think if I remember correctly, we actually left off on a surprisingly mundane note because we were starting to cook up a plan about like we were gonna try to move him across the base and lock him in a room or something like that. And then we checked with the doc like one final time and we were like, okay, give us the timeline for like how long this thing stays in somebody's system. And it was something like it was like just like a few days or something like that. I can't remember what it was, or maybe it was
Around 10
actually
days.
around 10 days. That's right. So it was like, oh, so we won't even know the answer until we're
Well, it wasn't that. That is part of it, but symptoms would start to show within like a couple of hours.
Within a
right.
day.
So
Yeah,
we're going to find out soon if it's fine, and then if it's not fine, we can deal with it because it won't have any. He's not going to like turn into a thing unless and until he dies. So we can wait
yeah,
and find out if he gets symptoms and then deal with it then.
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah, if he gets symptoms, then he's a ticking time bomb that would transform basically on death. But
Exactly.
if he does not get symptoms, then he's a ticking time bomb who would just die when he dies.
All right.
I thought it was fun.
Uh, then on that note, I'm good to go straight into it if you guys are ready.
Duh.
Yeah.
Ah, ah.
Yeah.
All right. So, where as we left off, the last place of people I would say is Billy. You guys left Billy in the infirmary, kind of like the med lab that you have on the Nelly, along with Dr. Mason. A little later, like Lydia stopped by to try to like kind of check up on him as well because she'd heard that he was injured. I guess starting off after you guys had that kind of like altercation, um, I'm gonna say after you guys had that discussion, um, first just to get a frame of reference, where do each of your characters go or do first?
Think I actually probably am willing to wait it out. Probably just go back to the pilot seat and maybe see if I can get a couple hours of rest while we're kind of prepping for our next move. I
Okay.
know that things are outside the ship, so we're not safe, but I think I kind of said this last session where we also can't go 5 straight days without sleep because that's just not really feasible. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I try to catch an hour or two of shut eye if we have just a down moment while we're waiting for the results.
Mm-hmm. Kolia?
Kolya is Kolya's gonna study the map if he can, see if Quincy has like a larger map of the area to see if we can get a sense of where this like what we're gonna be looking at once we get through this maintenance hatch.
Okay. Yeah. Then I would say probably both of you are in the cockpit right now. Fred, you're kind of like reclined in the one of the pilot seats, and uh, Quincy is in the cockpit right now, kind of working at a computer after you guys had found out, or after Fred had found out that the ship had suffered some kind of software damage. But after it had an issue where the jump drive was running into issues, Colia has actually been, or Colia, Quincy has actually been looking at that. But I guess then um, so Quincy's kind of like working on that when you kind of enter the cockpit, Sean.
Quincy,
Yes, Colia?
did you ever end up getting a updated map of this station?
Hmm. Yes. Give me a moment. And they like close a window on something that they're working on. I'm gonna say that the system. I want to be like, yeah, this is an alien system. It's all DOS, but like if I'm gonna be real, it's probably like just a standard operating It's a standard Windows operating system. Fuck. No, it's a space operating system. Um, and they like kind of move a window aside and are able to pull up like a schematic of the docks. And Quincy says, "Well, the good news is all of the docks are pretty uniformly designed as far as layout. Um, just technically speaking. As for maintenance itself, its entirety is kind of housed between the two main docks underneath that kind of central area um, on that upper deck. Consists primarily of just maintenance accesses and tunnels that kind of spider around, but I can find a couple of, and they point to the screen and they say, "We know of one entrance here, but there's actually two more entrances, one in each of the docks." And he kind of, or they kind of like look up and kind of like point out the window and say, "Should be somewhere in that direction." Um, if that was something you were curious about, unless you were looking for something specific. Otherwise, it's just access to electrical systems, the main generator for the dock, everything is housed in that region. Computer systems, everything.
And is the maintenance for all the sectors connected?
This is out of character. Actually, what do you mean by that? I think I'm confused what you mean by that.
Like we're in what's it right now?
You're in Titan Dock, on Titan Pylon.
Titan? Um, here's the one I was looking for. So like Iapetus and Rhea, like do the maintenance sections for each of these three areas connect to each other
Nope,
in a way that okay.
they're completely isolated. Each pylon
Cool.
is. So actually, Quincy says, no. The entirety of each pylon is actually designed to be kind of like self-contained. They're meant to be independent of each other and just held together through the communication system and the central shielding system, as well as the tram system. Those are the only things that interconnect them. Otherwise, they're meant to be independent in the case of, as we can see here, something catastrophic happening. That way, at least if something bad happens, it only happens to one portion of the station, not the entire station.
Fred, who was also, I guess, sitting in the cockpit,
Uh-huh.
the pipes up and says, this is like leans ahead for us, says, we saw an emergency exit from a different station. That which one was that?
It was Iapetus.
So that means at least 2 out of 3 are foobar.
Seemingly. Without being able to judge if there was any damage from the shuttle leaving Iapetus, there's no way of knowing whether or not that port is still accessible or not from this point. Might be able to get some network information if we were able to get power, which actually, Fred, on that.
Oh,
Um, and they pause for a second and say, "It's unfortunate the condition that the ship is in right now. However, I
yeah.
was looking into that a little bit on my own. I might have a solution. Good news
Really?
is that it is something that once we can get started, it will just be fine. Bad news is what it will take and how long.
What are you talking about?
Simply put, since we're on the station and there's access to a Starbus headquarters, I would be able to get routing to our system to give it just a blanket software reset.
No.
That should help alleviate the navigation problem. The issue is
All right.
to do that, we also will need power for the dock. Just can't do anything while the dock is not powered. And, well, it'll take a while.
Are we going floppy style? Are we going like down physically downloading the software? Or are you guys able to
They,
do it through the wire?
no, they chuckle and just say, well, as long as there's been no damage to the network on station, absolutely not. I should just be able to access Starbus headquarters directly through just simple network connection. I don't see that. So, also, thank you for
Yeah.
following. I appreciate that. I'm worried that that's a bot. But hey!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But continuing on. Um, they just say, all we would need is to be able to. I've pretty much think I've got everything set up here that all I would need to do is hit a button and it would
All right.
start that reset. But it would take about 56 hours.
56.
Big
He,
ship, a lot of systems.
did you dig up an old cable connection? Like 56? How many how many terabytes are running on these days? Or are you petabytes? I can't remember.
A lot.
Yeah. All right.
We're talking about a scrubbing of all the
Big old
systems.
meaty bites.
Mm-hmm.
Meaty bites. The tastiest of bites. I'll see what I can do. Um, I'd like to go out there and try to see if I can fix up the power for this area, but I, strictly speaking, I don't really want to go alone. And I feel like order of operations. I kind of want to know what's going on with our friend first before we start another delve.
Fair enough. Still,
It's good news though. 56 hours is so little, only 2.5 days.
should have us right in line. They kind of they look at you with a smile because they don't have a mouth. You have to remember they don't have a mouth. They
I got a
can't eat
question for
food.
I got
Yes.
a question for you, Quince. Um, did you see any other damages that are on the ship? I haven't. I've been neglectful, honestly. I haven't really been looking through too much. Besides the software, if we get fuel in this thing, we actually able to get on out, or
As far as
anything
I'm
else we
aware,
need? Oh, damn. All right.
maybe some dents, but I think
All right.
Starbus would be willing to hopefully foot some insurance for that. So
Yeah, I was really threading the needle on that one. So, all right. Well, I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation. I'm gonna go back to shut eye. Wake me when the dude's terminal, or if he's not terminal, whatever.
the Quincy turns back to Kolya and says, and on that note, judging by the maintenance schematic, it won't be difficult to get to the generator. I don't even think it'll be hard to turn on. So just be aware that it is a bit of a labyrinth in there.
Noted. We'll try to keep our bearings.
Um, as you say that, you hear footsteps coming into the. Well, actually, no. I will say that I'll give like, I'm gonna say about an hour or two. It's just kind of like some downtime. You don't really hear anything outside in the dock. It definitely seems quiet again. Um, though you are like much more hyper attentive towards it, I would say. Um, there there's that just unease of knowing that there is something out on the dock right now and in the dock, and you're not 100% sure, of course, what is happening. Um, and there is that kind of sense of dread of eventually having to go out and face it again. Um, do you stay in the cockpit the whole time, Kolya?
Sure.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'll say like about 30 to 45 minutes later, after you have this conversation with Quincy, um, yeah, Joanna walks into the cockpit, uh, holding what appears to be another bottle of alcohol that she had found. Um, and she kind of staggers in, um, and just says, "Well, hi. How are you holding up?"
Doing my best to be patient.
Yeah. Get hopefully the waiting isn't getting to you.
Damn, I can smell that from here. Is that your piss you're holding around, or is that actually like?
Only piss for later, Fred. God damn it. Listen, I'm just trying to. Well, I guess I would be lying to say that I was trying to keep my wits about myself. As you can tell, it's a bit of a tense situation, so I'm trying to keep loose. And she actually looks at Kolya, and she says, uh, I mean, it's not ideal, but if you need, I think that I can move some protocol aside for a little bit of relaxation. She sets the bottle in front of you, Kolya.
Not the solution I have in mind. Would much rather get off of this ship and get going.
I leave the cockpit. I go lay down in my bed or some or the equivalent.
She says, "All right, fair enough." She undoes the lid and just takes a drink straight from the bottle and just says, after taking like a long draft, and just says, "You know, this really was supposed to be my last job. I mentioned that before. The way I see it, it's going to probably be my last job, one way or another, so might as well make it comfortable where I'm at. That's all I'm saying."
I cannot blame you. But, well, keep your wits about you. Otherwise, we are already dead.
She cracks a smile and just says, That's what the liquid gold is for, my friend. You know, Would you be surprised if I told you this is marginally the worst Starbus-ish related experience I've had?
I mean, it is a bit surprising. This is a pretty high bar.
I mean, my brain did want to say it's not as bad. Oh, it's much worse. It's definitely much worse. They take a pause, and just say, Snow, that I'm determined to get off the station. If I can get off alive, get you people out of here. I've I don't need to see another situation. The one we saw outside the station and the one that I've seen on my own. That's all. It's companies. Bleh. She kind of like, she actually kind of spits a little bit actually on the ground. You can smell that, yes, she has been drinking a lot. You can smell the alcohol tangible on her breath. I swear, ultimately, we're just numbers to them, right? Doesn't matter if they lose a couple numbers. I'm very familiar with that.
I can't say you're incorrect. However, I do worry that you are. Well, if you don't want to become a statistic, then I advise putting the drink down for now.
I'll do my best. Look at it this way. Maybe at this point I could spit on the end of this thing in case I run out of fuel. Ooh.
This is not nothing. I mean, we could use all the fire we can get, but you know, don't singe your eyebrows off.
Okay. They kind of like lean back. They do cap the bottle again and like set it aside and just say, "You're a good man, Kolya."
Save it. I'm just another coward trying to leave.
We all um yeah. That scene kind of closes down. I'd say, Fred, you kind of like pass the next like hour and a half. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
I just went to my bed or whatever the equivalent of hammock something sleeping area.
yeah, and you kind of like, you like take a rest, uh, and just kind of like chill out for a while. Um,
Yeah.
go ahead and yeah, go ahead and roll 1d5. Actually, no. My bad. I'll take that back. That's my bad. You'll just reduce one stress. I think if you're only resting for like an hour, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense to me. I was like, no, it could be great. I'm like, actually, no, just 1 hour. One hour you get you can just recover some stress that way. Just
It
like being
worked
able
out the
to
same
take the edge off.
either. Yeah. I rolled a 1.
Well, there you go. So yeah, you kind of like get a little bit of rest. You feel a little bit more relaxed. Uh, you if you kind of like reach up, like you're reaching around your like suit to make sure that because like I'd imagine like you didn't like undress or anything, or at least only partially, and like you're feeling up and around your neck, and you can still feel it tender, but definitely like are your suit was able to take a lot of the brunt and prevent the whatever the arm thing was that lunged at you from doing any serious damage to your neck. And that helps also make you feel a little bit more relieved that you know that definitely didn't go as poorly as it could have. Um,
Yeah, I think I unzip or unbutton a couple things when I'm like taking my rest, but I leave the neck piece like I do feel my neck, but I leave the neck piece pretty solidly in place because now I'm just sort of paranoid about that spot.
uh huh. Nearing the end of about that hour and a half, you hear this first, Fred. You start hearing a commotion coming from the infirmary, which is kind of like the like your guys' like bunk area is closer to that than the cockpit is. You hear a bit of a commotion coming from there.
Since we got our diagnosis, I stopped by the cockpit first to and just knock on the wall. If I don't even look to see if Cully is there yet, I make a bold assumption. I just knock on the wall and I'm like, "Hey, Collier, think we've got our news," and I start walking away.
Yeah, cross your fingers.
Yeah. You guys start to approach the infirmary and hear kind of like arguing between Maison and Billy, and Lydia's voice can be heard, but she's not being confrontational. And as you enter, uh, Billy is like seated up and his hands he's like clenching his hands together, um, like facing Dr. Maison as he's sitting on a kind of like I don't want to say a gurney. I don't want to say an operate. Well, fuck it, an operation desk. Um, but they as you like walk in, you hear Billy say. You hear Billy say, I can't believe this," and Maison is saying like, "Calm down, okay, right?" And Billy is like, you're asking me to calm down?" You guys have any initial responses to any of this?
I point to him. I say, "Infected."
It, Screw you, man.
Just
Okay.
asking a question.
And Dr. Maison sees that like Kolya and Fred have stepped in and just say, "All right." Uh, and he looks at you guys and says, "Yes, I ran a blood test and a strain of Xenox is in his body." And he goes, "Yeah, that's easy for you to say.
The bad one, right?
What is it gonna do to me?"
What's it gonna do to him?
Dr. Maison pauses and says, what we know from testing is that it affects parts of the nervous system. Okay? Now, we don't have an understanding of what that means for the human body, but it seemed that working with the original strain caused a combination of neurological and potentially psychological effects. And he looks grim saying that. He's like, ugh. And Billy's like, oh good, I've got the cold from hell. Now, and if
More
that's
than
the
that.
case, man, I don't
I
want to
walk out of the
sneeze
room.
on you guys. Rather stay
He's
put
like-
here. Lock me in a lock me up in cryo. I don't care. I'm not going back out there.
I leave, and I'm going to find that drink that is hopefully not all drunk yet.
Okay. Yeah, you head back. I'm gonna say when you left, Sean, you can, or when Colia left the cockpit, confidently you could say that Joanna had like kind of fallen into a nap shortly after your guys' conversation. So yes, she had actually capped it and was no longer drinking by the time you finished your conversation. So you can find that drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it and come back.
While they're doing that, Fred, what do you do? Do you engage? Do you disengage?
I say, well, if Collier were here right now, he'd probably say that we can't take you back. We can't take you back to civilization because you would just murder everyone.
I don't believe this, man.
You
What if you were? How would you feel if you got infected? Huh? You got bit.
welcome
You
to
had one
being
of those things
immortal, I
wrapped
don't
around
know.
your head.
Yeah, I did. It sucked. It wasn't. I don't want it again. Like I don't. It wasn't my. It wasn't a joyride. Like
And Lydia like gets between you guys and says, just calm down, everyone, okay? All right. This is not an easy situation. I get it. And Billy like takes his hand and puts it on his forehead, and it's just like, shit.
I'm not trying to give some sort of. Well, let's defer to the expert. I realize I'm speaking out of turn. Doc, what are his options?
Was actually discussing that.
Okay.
And for some thinking about it, and he kind of like shoots a glance over to you, Fred, and I would say like Colia, you probably have made it back with the bottle. It wouldn't take you too long, like a minute or two. So Maison says, I was trying to inform Billy that his best chance is to link back up with the active members of Milsect here. I think, and he goes, I'm not stepping off this ship. And he says, when he says that, Dr. Maison says, I believe is the best course of action that we have available to us now, for the safety of ourselves, people on the station, people off the station. And Billy looks at Maison and says, well, that's easy for you to say, man. There were 4 of us out there, and we barely fought one of those things off. That was one.
I do agree with that. And I'm also not even sure if at this point, I'm also not even sure, just like a lot of us, whether any of us are getting off. Realize I've put the cart before the horse when the cart can't even get off the base.
Everyone calm down. Kalia walks over to Billy and hands him the bottle and just says, "You need this more than we do right now."
He takes it and cradles it like in his hands and says, "Fuck." And yeah, like takes a big swig and just says, "All right. Okay. So we get our way to Mills. We do what? We go up there, march our way over to Rhea, and drop me off like a child at kindergarten?
I love the imagery.
We could kick you out the airlock if you prefer. We take our better option.
Because what was it? What was it? After 10 days or something like that, we know the answer for sure. Whether you're gonna get, whether this is just gonna pass from you harmlessly, or whether you're gonna get xenophied, or what I don't even know what I want to call it.
And Dr. Mason says, he's right. Look, Billy, I'll reassure you this. It will put everyone's mind at ease. The next outing. To be fair. And he looks over at Fred. The only reason why I didn't go out is because it didn't sound like we were ready to go into the rest of the dock. As soon as you guys are ready,
fix the power.
I will gather my... Lydia and I will gather the rest of what we need. We will be ready for you guys waiting at the elevator. We'll make sure it's secure there and safe. And I will be there with you, Billy. Make sure that you're okay. Does that sound safe? Does that sound like a good plan for everyone here?
The best that we've got.
Yeah. I can work with that.
And Billy sighs and takes another drink and just says, I mean, right now, personally, I feel fine.
Billy, can you even get drunk anymore?
Shook,
or you
but...
like
what?
Can you even get drunk anymore? Or you like full Captain America now?
Oh, I don't usually drink.
Fair.
All right. Then Billy sighs and just says, "Okay. I'll be good to go then." And ads happen. Go get your food, boy. He said he wanted food. He said he did.
We'll check. I will check on food.
Mhm.
Also, I think I was sneaky with the way, because like he's infected with the regeneration thing. So that's what I was like, can you even get drunk anymore? You got like, or you got like full Captain America, like, because you can't,
Uh-huh.
you can't
Well,
get
good
drunk.
news, Jackson. The serum does not make you superhuman.
Fair. Well, not until you're dead.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I liked the way that this has kicked off some good conversations. I feel like some good discussions, some good tension. This is something that I need to slot into. Is part of part of it being a horror situation like this is that it will work where there's a little bit of tension like that, and that it's drama, and that that's part of the fun, and that this is all make believe.
Did you ever watch Night of the Living Dead?
I thought we did, though. That's the one. Yeah, I thought we watched Night of the Living Dead. Did we not? Or is that the one with Gun Zombie? Because I have not seen the one with Gun Zombie. That's all I know.
You haven't seen that one. That one is Day of the Dead.
That is Day of the Dead. Is that
Night
the
of the
one?
Living Dead is the black and white one.
Oh no, then I have not. Because I saw
We
maybe
watched Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. I I
I
think
mean,
that there.
what I'm trying to say is, if you
Uh-huh.
liked stuff like this, then you would love Night of the Living Dead.
I mean that is something I like, and that is something that I kind of want to go for. Is like being able to be like allow the tense drama to exist in discussions like that, but also give the space to be able to be like it ultimately is just coming from the standpoint of a bunch of stressed people, not because outright somebody is doing something wrong. So, and Silos, if you're out there, we appreciate it, and thank you also. That I'm glad that the solution was that simple to be able to denote who's playing who. I feel like a bit of a goober for having struggled with that, but hey, we got there, so that's what matters. But yeah, um, mm, I'm I'm enjoying a lot of the character dynamic and interactions that we're having. I think it's certainly been what I've been enjoying the most in the game so far. Um, and it's certainly something that I definitely want to go into more, especially given certain things that are happening. It'll be interesting how they escalate. It'll be a little dependent on a couple things. It can go a couple of different ways, I feel like, which I think is a good mindset to have when you're playing tabletop. Because I think sometimes, is there a little bit of that siren call to be like, I know exactly what, or not exactly what my players are going to do, but like, oh, I've made plans for everything that'll happen. And then, obviously, you guys do everything but anything that I had, like, even an idea that you guys would do. So, but we're getting the ball rolling. So, um, besides, it feels like this is also something I've like noticed is like I've planned a few sessions ahead, and every session we've ended has left me with a little bit extra work to figure out, something that I didn't plan for at all, anyways. So, which is nice. It's also interesting. It makes me wonder if the writing process in general is this way for a lot of people, but does it sometimes feel like you just have to like put yourself in a situation almost mindset wise and then figure out how to write into it or around it?
Yeah, I mean, to some extent. Sort of depends on what you're writing, but
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, I feel like even the whole situation with the ship's current damage, that is not the damage I thought your guys' ship would sustain. That made a little bit of a challenge for me. Jackson needs to get his food back here. And he needs to share.
He's hurting us.
Uh-huh. He abandoned us. What have you been up to, Sean?
I watched a couple of horror movies.
What'd you watch?
I'm not. I can't remember what all I have and haven't talked about on stream. Have I talked about his house yet?
Does not sound familiar to me, no.
His house is really good. It's a sort of Babadook style of like thematically resonant horror, elevated horror. Some people call it, but I find that term really stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
But it's about refugees and the like double life that refugees live, where like they've got one foot in their home country where everything is on fire, but also it is their home, and then another foot in the country that's taken them in, which is ostensibly safe, but doesn't necessarily want them there.
Yeah. Wow, that's
And,
weirdly that sounds weirdly interesting and topical and scary.
It's really good.
Yeah. When did it come out? Is that a newer movie?
I want to say it was like early 2020s.
Okay. So, yeah, pretty topical. Like a part of me was like, is this an older movie that just shot the future in the foot like by, several decades?
I mean, there's refugee crises going on somewhere, basically at all times.
At all times of the world, it is true. It's bad.
But yeah, his house is really good. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that before.
I think they do a really good job with what feels like a pretty small budget too. Like they get a lot of mileage out of relatively subtle things and out of a relatively limited amount of like sets.
Uh-huh.
It's there's a lot of like cabin fever and like PTSD and all kinds of fun stuff going on in there. I also like the way the characters are written quite a bit. They play off of each other really well.
That's good. All kinds of brain troubles.
Mm-hmm.
They're full.
It's also got Doctor Who in it.
It's got the Doctor Who, and he's got brain problems?
He doesn't. He's the tertiary character who exacerbates the brain problems.
Oh.
Which I like the way they handle his character. It's not David Tennant Doctor Who though. It's Waxy Face Doctor Who. I don't know his name.
I have no idea.
But he's the like landlord who is like, they do a good job making him sympathetic, of being like, I don't really want to hassle you guys and like mess up your like ability to stay here, but also I'm beholden to people that I have to answer to.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Jackson.
What about the what?
Talking about movies.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
How's food?
What is food?
Food part 1 is some avocado.
Just like straight up avocado?
Yeah.
Okay.
Food part 2 is Food part 2 is gonna look like an actual like. I mean, I'm happy for avocado. Food part 2 is gonna look more like a standard dinner, because it's like rice and beans with tamales on top.
That does sound quite good. You bastard. I made my roast yesterday for this, so I had to eat the leftovers of it, and I decided to take the leftovers because it was kind of roasty, juicy, soupy. I threw it in the pan. Well, I sauteed some spam because I ate all the meat. It was just vegetables. And I sauteed that and then threw that kind of stock vegetable stuff into the pan and then just cooked ramen noodles in it, and it was okay.
Isaac, did you just get jealous about rice and beans?
I got jealous of rice and beans. There's some
That's
good
the
rice and beans
cheapest
out
and
there.
easiest food you could possibly ask for. You can
I-
have rice and beans literally any time.
I can go make rice and beans right now. I won't. Anyways,
Unreasonable.
welcome back, everybody.
Don't worry about Isaac.
Why?
You're jealous of a meal that costs less than $1. It makes me worry about your life.
Now hold
What's
on.
my
How is
life?
rice and beans costing you $10? That's what I want to know.
Oh, did you say $10?
No, I said you're jealous of a meal that costs less than $1.
Oh, you're kind of
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Discord is being a butt, at least to me, for
Yeah,
Jackson.
it's being a butt to me too. I think Discord is just dying because it seems we're all three feeling it.
Oh, I think you're
Oh,
good
I
now,
think it got
Jackson.
It's not Jackson, it was all of us.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna say after your guys' conversation that you had in the infirmary, you kind of I'm gonna say, like, you take the bottle Folia back to Joanna and kind of like wake her up, and she kind of like sits up and is like, oh, I wasn't sleeping, and like I'm gonna say like another 30 to 40 minutes you guys kind of collect yourselves again and get ready to head back out. The Rosebud team, so Billy and Mason and Lydia, they're kind of like getting ready to go, and Lydia is holding on to the pallet jack that you have collected all the provisions onto, and you guys are all kind of collected at the exit onto the dock. I guess out of curiosity, do either of you bring up the other dock entrance or the other maintenance entrance, or are you guys just going straight for the hatch?
I think we're just going straight to the thing.
Okay. All right. This way. I should just have two of these open at all time. That's how I'm gonna do it. On. To read all of my 800 playlists. What's up?
Saying avocado was pretty good.
I mean, it's hard to go wrong with avocado. Avocado is one of those weird things that it just kind of works, right? I don't know what makes it so good, but it is like good, and you could just eat it like pudding sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a superfood like kale. Get all your nutrients and your biotin and everything. Eat your avocados, chat.
It's full. They're filled with avocado juice and oils.
And oil, yeah.
Send me full of avocado juice, Sean. Please. All right. So yeah, you guys are collected near the exit towards the onboarding ramp back into the dock. Joanna is kind of gripping the makeshift flamethrower that she constructed, uh, and just looks between everyone and just says, "All right." Quincy is also there. They're going to be they are also going to be coming with you. They have like the schematics of the maintenance area prepared. And she looks at everyone and just says, "All right, we're gonna head into maintenance. As soon as the power is on, we'll let you know and start heading your way. You guys are going to be waiting for us in customs, correct?" And Maison nods and just says, "Yes, we will be there." Joanna looks between Colia, Fred, and Quincy and says, "You guys good to go?"
Ready.
No, but yes.
All right. And you guys head back out onto the dock. You guys are passing back through. You guys pass the portion of the dock where you had left Noah's Ark. Nothing but a charged spot and some blood. As you guys are moving around, if you guys are just heading straight towards the maintenance access, you don't run into anything on the way there. But you are being now more aware that you're not the only one in the dock. You can every now and then hear above and in the distance the sound of something moving around. But you guys are able to make it to the access dock undisturbed. When you get to the maintenance access, the room comprises of just kind of like almost it's a very like almost like a just like think of a janitor closet but like a little bit bigger. If the lights were on, it would still be pretty dingy. It's fairly like there's like metal girders and stuff exposed, and like it's a fairly industrious room. And the access to it is in a hat or is on a hatch on the floor that is currently sealed down shut. Um, and Joanna steps up to it and says, "Hold on to your butts," and puts in a hatch key and turns it, and you hear the chunk of a locking clamp release, and she kind of cranes it open with the loud motion of a hatch opening as metal kind of grinds open, and there's like a release of air, like just like as it was like sealed all the way down, as air kind of just rushes in. It's not like been depressurized or anything. It was completely sealed. Um, she shines a flashlight down and is like, "Seems clear."
Any volunteers to go first?
Um, Quincy says, "I'll go." They get ready to start going down into the maintenance shaft. And yeah, they climb down. You hear as Quincy kind of steps down the rungs of the ladder, and you hear them faintly kind of connect with the floor at the bottom. And there's like maybe a moment of tension, and you hear them over the radio just say, Seems all clear down here. You guys should be good to come down.
I appreciate that he used the radio. That was the first I was thinking of yelling down. How's it looking? But then I realized that that would send every creature within this entire base on our position. Anyway,
I'm
I'll go and hit that next.
Yeah,
What's
you
up?
hear Quincy say, "I'm aware of being inconspicuous."
Yeah, sometimes I forget myself. I'm coming down.
Okay. Yeah, you all head down this hatch. When you hit the ground at the bottom, it's fairly narrow. Uh, you find yourselves in a kind of tunnel of sorts. It's big enough that you could still like stand up in it, but if you were to all three, only three of you could like actually fit shoulder to shoulder in one of these corridors. Um, and the corridors themselves are like lined with metal pipes, and like as you kind of pan a flashlight around, you could tell that like even if there was lighting, it would be still pretty poorly lit. It's incredibly dim and very like cloistered. Um, and uh, you see Quincy. Thank you. You see Quincy like kind of lift up a a data pad that's on their wrist of their vac suit and say over the radio, just say, "Shouldn't be far. Just a few tunnels down this direction. Follow me."
Lead the
Do
way.
Fred do Fred and Colia do anything?
So I think I follow him. Is that
Yeah,
good?
follow.
Yeah, I trust you know the way, Quince. I don't like that. I don't like what we're walking into, but I trust that you know what the direction we're heading.
That I'm certain of. Yes. Uh, you guys continue walking down the corridors. The only thing you're really hearing is the faint echoes of your guys' footsteps. Occasionally, maybe a sound in the distance, but it's hard to discern what it could be. Um, as you're walking, you're kind of heading towards a like centralized power station. Um, yeah, as you're walking that way, um, let me think. Give me one moment. Yeah, you're starting to approach a kind of centralized power station. Um, you when you step inside, it's kind of like an office space. There's series of consoles, as well as like some computer screens, and there is. I'm gonna say that the room has like maybe a couple of like storage containers on like one side of the room, and uh, there's like kind of like a seating area in one corner, um, with with some of the furniture moved. Originally, like there would have been kind of like as up top, one of the there's a couch that has been moved and seems to be blocking one of the exits on the opposite side. Uh, but in this kind of like station room, you have access to be able to start the power generator. So, uh, Fred, if what do you guys do when you enter this room?
I guess make sure it's all clear. So just start like looking around, like anything, Quains.
Seems fairly secure. Are you looking for anything specific?
No, just baddies.
I'm
And
gonna listen at that blocked door and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Interesting. Okay. So, Fred, as you're kind of like as you're looking around inside of this office, making sure like there's nothing hiding in a corner or anything, yeah, you don't find anything of note. Um Satan Nagi. You don't find anything of note. There's not like anyone or anything hiding in a corner or anything. What you do find, however, is like actually a couple of periodicals. Kind of like scattered on a table that is near the kind of like lockers, and also sitting on one of the tables is a device that you're able to find actually, and you pick it up, and if you look at it, you recognize that it's a motion detector. It's some kind of it just can read any kind of like motion within 25 meters, and doesn't seem to need like a power change or a battery change or anything. It seems to work. Um, if you find that curious or not.
I mean, can we like test it out and see, like, is it line of sight based? Like, what? How does it work?
Yeah, I would say, Fred, if you pick it up and like kind of turn it on and like check how it is calibrated or anything, how do you guys go about testing this?
I mean, first of all, like, are we showing up on it?
Yeah, I would say like if you like uh take some steps across, you notice like a blip very very close on the screen popping up as you move across the floor.
well, it's just
Can
gonna
we
go
just
over and I'm gonna say it. Go for it.
you go?
I said I was just gonna start messing with the power, but yeah, that thing's kind of weird. What are you looking at over there?
It's some kind of motion detector. It goes right behind that couch.
Yeah, right. Sure. But as I just duck down behind the couch and lay down, like, or squat down, kind of go turtle style.
Does he
Okay.
still show?
I'd say like as he's like hunkering, you notice that as he's hunkering down, it shows, and then after he like stops moving, it fades after about a second.
What if? So I actually don't know the insights because I was. I'll stay silent for a minute. I'll let you know.
Uh, I'm wondering what. I just don't know how it works. I don't. I don't have any like tools that would be useful for testing it. I just don't know. I'm just gonna trust that it's helpful. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
trust that
You,
this works.
you from him moving and from seeing that like it was picking up on motion inside of the room when somebody else was moving, you can confidently say that like it is picking up on motion within like an area around you, and that it seems to be somewhat accurate. Like, and it doesn't seem to differentiate. It always it is just any kind of. It seems to be like any kind of like localized movement. It doesn't seem, and right now it seems to be like particularly still around you. So there isn't like, because also like I would say like this is also overlooking like this like general power station. There's like a window that's looking out, and you can see like a really dark room that would be where the main generator is. Um, and yeah, I'll just say, uh, while you're doing this, like Quincy is kind of like tooled off a hatch and is like getting to work on one of the consoles to try to start the power to get access. But you said you were also kind of like listening from behind the other side of the barricade. Um, as you're listening, Colia, it does like take a second. Um, and it's faint, but you definitely hear, because I would say like what this the um the couch is like blocking like a doorway that leads out into another one of these like kind of spidering corridors, that is just like one of these long corridors that seem to go throughout the entirety of maintenance to get access to different individual systems as well throughout the dock. um like far down that corridor, you don't know where, you hear something down there. You can't discern what it is, but you are hearing slight noises echoing down every once in a while. Might sound vaguely like a sucking noise, I'm going to say.
Okay, not what I was expecting. Um, Kolya just says, "I think this is blocked for a reason."
Well, I was gonna go make. Wait, but Colian, am I still on the thing, or am I good to get up?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. You can go back to what you were doing.
I wasn't doing anything worth anything. Uh, did I just disappear as soon as I was behind the couch, or?
It took a minute. You showed for a little bit until you settled down.
All right. Well, if I'm, what about now? And I start like shuffling back and forth while still behind the couch, like I'm crawling. Like I don't come up from the couch, but I'm like crawling back and forth.
Yeah,
Yes, you show up.
yeah.
Oh, wait, that's so I even by this thing can even though I'm covered. Damn. Okay. Well, I was gonna go make some noise and try to fix this thing, but If oh boy, but if we've got company nearby, I'm a little worried about that.
Well, I'm not going to be worried of it anytime soon.
That's fair. Might as well turn the lights on. They'll look around and say, "Y'all got my back, yeah."
Joanna nods and just says, I'm gonna say like there was a doorway that you guys came through, and the opposite doorway that has been blocked by some furniture. Um, Also, I didn't want to walk past this either. So Joanna says, I'll keep an eye on where we came from, make sure nothing sneaks up on us. The something. Let me check something. Make sure I got everything.
Appreciate it.
Okay. But yeah. So just to kind of reiterate, you find that motion tracker. There's a kind of a stack of newspapers on that was near there though, and one of the newspapers actually is like circled in like a big red marker when you shine a light over it. Just to be clear, then, so who's doing what? Are you starting to work on the getting the power on, Fred?
Yeah, I'm making a big assumption, but I assume I would have some of those like protective gloves, some of those like really thick, sort of plasticky, whatever they're called, like just thick workers gloves, so that, knock on wood, if I hit a surge or something, it might not just kill me in one go.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
and like I'm gonna say like that's built almost like into your suit because you have like an engineering suit, so they just have like these kind of thick rubber gloves
Yeah.
to be able to keep you from getting electrocuted or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kolia, what? Just to make sure, what are you up to? While he starts working on that.
Mainly I'm keeping an eye on the motion tracker to see if we get company.
Okay. Um, then I will say like whilst Fred is working on that, there is a newspaper that is circled uh on the table that if that I don't know it this is my problem. I'm like it catches one of your eyes. Fuck it, I'm just saying it catches one of your eyes. Um,
A bright and sparkly news.
it lights up like a Christmas Day bush.
From over at the power. I'm just like, hey, go, yeah, take that back. I'm curious about that.
And I just posted it. It's got graphics.
Ghosted.
Got the graphics.
Uh-huh.
Damn you.
It's simple graphics. I still was kind of lazy. I ain't got time to make an entire newspaper periodical. That's a lot of work.
Where at?
Where is it?
I realized I was following Sean. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's where it probably should be. The Coleman Times. 3 found dead. One missing, a miner's nightmare. Other Howard Stinson. On March 1st, 2120, a group of excavators and geologists were found dead at the prospector location on Titan after locals responded to an emergency transponder. Sabrina Sky and her husband Mart were out on a geographical survey when a couple came across the horrific scene and immediately contacted authorities. So far, authority reports release that 3 bodies were recovered, showing signs of a violent struggle between the victims and an unknown assailant. The mining location was being scouted by now missing lead prospector Devant Marshall, who is now the primary suspect for the murders of his crew. 2 miners, Roger Hooper and Gilbert Schmidt. And 1 geologist, Arizona Cool. Arizona Cool? Authorities also found records at the mining prospect indicating a psychotic break in Marshall, seemingly from a combination of claustrophobia and isolation. While there are no major discrepancies on Marshall's part regarding any known psychosis or mental instability, investigators have found that Marshall was struggling with financial debt and owed a substantial credit to Exobank. It appears that Marshall has fled the scene of the crime. However, any efforts to track his whereabouts have thus far been unsuccessful. Authorities on Titan and in the Saturn system are currently looking to bring Marshall into custody to question him on what happened in that cave. Will Marshall be apprehended? Are other workers now in danger on Titan? What happened in that mining site? Hopefully we'll have answers soon.
There are also a couple of other news periodicals on this that seem to be collected here, all from this same uh, source, the Common Times, but they are not annotated. They are just other news clippings.
They're not dated.
But while I do that, what's response? Any response?
I think
Sounds like
right.
this is the incident that got all of this started, probably. Whatever they were mining and excavating is probably where they found all these xenoarthensis shit.
Gotcha. I didn't realize that was. God, I didn't realize that was what. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I'm messing with wires over here. So I just mind it up or something? Like, what are you trying to tell me, Koya?
These things are buried underground beneath the cave systems that are closed up, being found
Gotcha.
by miners and other excavations. It seems that whatever it is that they found this time, it had an immediate effect.
Gotcha. Jeez. All right. That's does explain some. Yeah.
I mean, it explains they found something on Titan. What I find personally curious though is and Joanna actually like is like looking at their data pad and says, I can confirm, like, was looking on the access for the common times over extranet. I can find these other two articles. I can't find this one.
So they tried to bury this article, like where they tried to bury the Xeno stuff.
It begs the question of if these other two articles are propaganda. Bury the real story that first broke before the corporations had control of the narrative, and then put out stories that give the companies permission for whatever it is that they're trying to do.
I'd like to know from Doc about that if I could, but something tells me Doc has the answer. But I don't know.
Let's see what these other articles are.
Yeah, fair.
Is Tennyson thriving? An investigative report on Tennyson Station by Danny Kasaka. I note that there's no date on this one.
Really? Okay.
For those still living on Tennyson, life has never been easy. However, in its early days, the promise of fresh resources and new horizons was ever as alluring as it was refreshing for settlers departing from Earth. Well, 60 years later, and what Tennyson has to show for it is nothing but the continued march of corporate gain on the backs of the hard-working men, women, and others fighting desperately to survive in the cold grips of space itself. Employment, while available on Tennyson, has shown a remarkable decline in recent months due to sudden waves of layoffs by station facilities due to the inherent cost of staff becoming too financially burdensome for about 70% of employers on Tennyson. Many agree that this loss in employment is not ideal, but until Tennyson can figure out a way to inject some life into its economy, it seems that many more people will continue to be trapped on the station with no way to afford to leave the station due to the constriction of employment. Looking into this, I found reports of Tennyson station government wrestling with this increasing constrained population, and while I have been unable to ascertain what is planned to resolve this problem, the nature of this issue has been remarkably restricted for myself and my constituents hard at work trying to find answers. Constituents trying to find answers to what is happening on the station. Only time will tell, and if you can, I advise leaving Tennyson sooner rather than later. The pure Saturn's shining star may go supernova soon.
Before you, I'm seeing a third paper in here. Before you read that third paper, am I just imagining stuff? Did that paper literally say inject some life into its economy?
Yes, this is the phrasing it used.
Golly, that's a real specific phrasing.
Yes.
To part the veil a little bit, that might have been completely on accident.
I figured, well, there's only one of two, but I figured it was either completely an accident or extremely intentional. And I was like,
Hey, maybe that's the
it has
best
to be
writing,
one of,
right?
yeah. I was like, it has to be one or the other. Yeah.
Milsect petitions for martial law. Violence on the rise on Tennyson by Phillips McDaniels. For readers not aware, this afternoon, October 5th, Milsect operations in Tennyson Station Central HQ have been meeting to discuss possible measures to combat the increases in violence breaking out across the station. To do so, a petition for martial law is being discussed until authorities can secure a verdict on what is causing the current madness on Tennyson. If the petition passes, Middlesex will be enforcing curfews and budgeting will be adjusted to increase the needed manpower necessary for keeping Tennyson secure. Dissenters will also be apprehended and detained, and Middlesex officers will be given relaxed restrictions on the use of defensive measures. It is expected that Middlesex patrols will double in size and frequency, and there are already reports of an increase in brutal measures enforced by Middlesex. Readers, I truly believe we are looking at dark times. Is the looming threat of martial law only indicates the very real danger of the people of Tennyson face. Regardless of the conditions of public safety, the looming threat of a paramilitary security force potentially clamping down on the citizenry of Tennyson is unnerving. To my wonderful readers, stay safe, be sure to support yourselves, your closest loved ones, and your fellow neighbors trapped on the station. I am sure these uncertain times will pass us soon.
How certain were they?
Not certain enough.
Yeah.
At the very least, it sounds like Tennyson wasn't doing so hot even before things got this bad.
That's
Yes,
true.
it seems that the desperation was certainly the order of the day.
Well, it seems like they're slowly solving their shortage of economic. Fuck, I don't know. I've run out of funny things to say. Think I'm.
Overpopulation is what you're looking for, but
Yeah, there it is. That's the one. Solving their overpopulation problem. I think I might be ready for a first pass of this. No guarantees. Hopefully, it doesn't blow anything up. But I'm doing my little checks now, and I think I might be ready to see if I can turn this thing on.
When you mention the overpopulation, Quincy does. Yeah, Quincy does. Hold on. Actually, I want to double check something before I make this assertion to make sure I got all of my own facts correct. I make so many facts, guys. It's kind of obnoxious. I kind of hate it.
It's a rock fact.
they're all rock facts here.
Mm-hmm. Only rock facts allowed.
uh, Quincy mentions, though, when you say that of overpopulation, they say like not looking up, working alongside Fred. That's the curious part. I wouldn't say overpopulation itself is the problem. I mean, the station is graded for a capacity of what? And I'm looking up that number right now. That's, it turns out, I still didn't quite find all of the information I meant to find. It's graded for a population actually almost double its current size.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that the society you've created here can sustain that. Overpopulation is relative.
Yeah, that's. Mhm.
That said, speaking of population statistics. I was
Yeah.
doing a little bit of reading up. I was doing a little bit of investigation while you guys were uh, handling one of our friends. Interestingly enough, it seems I was able to get readings on the general population, and for a sense of security, maybe it seems that Rhea has been the least affected. There
Really?
doesn't seem to be uh, there doesn't seem to be any kind of notable there doesn't seem to be anything notable regarding it except for maybe a general increase in the number of individuals residing in Rhea. That seemed to have been going up. Otherwise, there has been a notable increase in mortality in the other two pylons.
Hmm.
And
I
this
mean, this
started.
makes sense. The people who can are leaving for and the people who cannot are staying and suffering.
Yeah.
This all started about 5 weeks ago.
Jeez. All right. I didn't realize it was that been that long.
And also, it seems that these kind of statistical censuses for Iapetus and Titan, they stopped reporting any meaningful population information around 3 weeks ago.
Gosh, yeah.
As you say
We've been
that,
pretty much radio silent for a little while anyway. They haven't had any kind of reports recently.
Yeah.
as you say that, you hear the sound of gentle humming, and a light inside of this office flickers on, and you guys are kind of you're stunned by it now. The light coming on kind of blinds you guys for just a moment as the ads appear. As ads
Stuns
suddenly
me.
as
The
the power
ad
turns
blinds you
on and
for a
ads
moment.
fill the room. Oh my god, that's
Quincy,
canon
Buy
now.
that for $1.
Yeah, you hear that? I'd buy that for $1 on one of the screens popping on.
Quincy, was that you?
Huh? No, I thought that was you.
Oh shit.
You did plug something in. You were like working on and like had lost track, like you were talking but working at the same time. And yes, you had plugged something in. This was you did turn on the power.
Gotcha. Is that ad starting in shows 10 seconds for me?
Shows 10 seconds for me, which usually is like another minute after that, so they'll be starting soon. So,
Gotcha. Well,
are you
we'll get
getting
through.
course 2?
I'm getting course 2, yeah.
Ooh,
We'll get course 2.
fancy.
Fancy
Go get
boy.
horse 2. Yes, him and his fancy rice and beans.
Mm-hmm. Had some fancy rice and beans. I don't know what to tell you, Sean.
Hmm.
David has made me some fancy rice and beans.
I'm pressing X. You can't see it, but I'm pressing X.
Wow. I would have heard it, coward.
You would have heard it?
Yeah. Don't you have the button? Am I crazy? We got the button.
Sure. Okay, I see. I see.
X.
I'm not a coward.
There it is.
Can also make the quack the safe word too.
Mm-hmm. That feels less, there could just be ambient quacking. We would never know.
It's one of those ducks It's one of those ducks. You don't want to know what happens when one of these things gets into a duck. That's some that that would be bad. Oh no.
Don't go there.
I might now. See, this is the beauty of tabletop, right? You have a conversation like this, and suddenly the next thing you know, you're fighting a fucked up duck. Also, I didn't realize that was gonna do something. Hold on. Go away, you. Go away. Why can't I make them go? Oh, there they go. They were blocking the fucking the screen for a second.
The ducks.
Oh, I mixed it up. I thought that I was double playing the music on accident. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. How have you guys been liking this so far, by the way? Because I think I've been like, okay, if stress is gonna spike that easily, then I really have to make sure that you guys aren't building stress for no fucking reason. I have to be more careful. So I definitely feel like the game is much better designed to have periods of not too much stress or anything happening where you guys are just role playing and then have a spike in stress or have an encounter happen. I think that's the intent of the game a little bit too.
I mean, it just depends. I mean, uh, things can escalate and change and uh, be dynamic. It doesn't have to be just on or off.
Mm-hmm. Fair. I definitely think, especially given the way the game is designed, to definitely going to be mindful of trying to make sure that you guys aren't or don't have to roll for everything, and then also that, like, you know, let it ride rolls happen when they happen, so that way you're not just continually accruing stress.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a little bit of a habit to break out in this game, because I think it's much easier to say, like, oh, just roll it, it's fine. Whereas this one, it's like, okay, actually, you need to be a little bit more careful. You need to be a little bit more willing to not just make you roll everything.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is just a good habit to be in narrative games in general. Like,
Uh-huh.
I really think that as much as possible, like, or at least as much as reasonable, you really don't need roles outside of like key moments.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back from ads, everyone, by the way. Hope ads were good. We're just waiting for Jackson to return with his food, and we're just chatting about, almost said God of Limbs for some reason, or God of Hand for some reason. Damn it. I meant we're just discussing Mothership. But yeah, and I think that that's one of the things with this system, right? Is it really does want you to, like, discuss and role play out as much as possible, which I personally do kind of like. It's very character motivated to, like, talk and act out as much as possible. Also, I'm enjoying writing these, so I hope they're fun to read. I'm trying my best not to leave in dumb typos. That said, the brutalist one was on purpose. That one was intentional.
I see.
Unless I use the word brutalist wrong, to which that one's on me.
I mean, it sure felt wrong to me, but you insist that you did it on purpose, and I don't know what that means.
I'm just glad you really lost it at Arizona Cool. Now I can't even remember why I named him Arizona Cool. I just thought
Arizona
that was
Cool
silly.
is a wild name.
That's why I kind of wanted to name him that. It's a wild name. He's the coolest geologist,
mission
Sean.
accomplished.
He probably wore sunglasses, but he's fucking dead. You're never gonna get to meet him now. Truly a loss in the solar system. The best geologist ever made.
Just means I'm stepping up in the world, man. That's all it means.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but you don't even have a last name, so can you really say that you have a name for yourself?
You know who else doesn't have a last name?
Bread.
Beyonce.
Does she not?
I mean, she, you get what I
Uh,
mean?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know Beyonce's last name. I frankly probably don't even know it's Beyonce's first name. Because I don't know if that's her name or if that's like a title or a nickname.
Title?
An artist name. What's it called? A
Title?
pseudonym. A pseudonym. That's at least better. It's not what I want to say, but no. I mean, would you not want to?
She is the Beyonce of the United States of America. Every nation has theirs, but
And
she's ours.
and would she not? Would she not need to find a worthy successor to take on the title of Beyonce? Just saying.
Every year they have an annual congregation of the Beyoncés.
Little do you know that actually it is a new Beyonce every few years, that it's just that she has to inhabit a new body, and that completely changes the body to what she looked like last, but it is a new person every time.
Okay.
By the way, I have no problem with Beyonce, just want to make that clear. I just don't really listen to her music, personally.
Sure.
I think she's a
That's
fine lady.
totally fine.
She made a good song about putting a ring on it.
I don't like the way you said it. You said
Why
it in
not?
a way that offended me. I don't want to know what you're putting a ring on. I don't want to know about your piercings. Damn, Jackson's food is so much more involved than I would have ever guessed.
Mm-hmm. And you are mad at me for saying I was jealous of beans on rice. What if it's like really fancy beans on rice? I'm just saying. Takes this long to plate
No,
beans on rice.
I don't think that's what's taking so long.
That might
But
be a $10 plate of beans on rice. I'm just
it's
saying.
it's so not. It's so not.
uh
I'm not knocking beans on rice. I'm just telling you the facts.
huh. I've had some good beans on rice. It's okay. I've
I didn't
been.
say it can't be good. I didn't say it can't be good. I said it can't be fancy.
uh, I do. I probably will make. Hello? Oh. You have to come out of hiding to say you love this new notion that me on. See? Comfy loves it.
Comfy wood.
Now, I did not know that the title of. I didn't know Thor could be transferred like a title. That I
Yeah,
didn't
Thor
know.
is a guy. I thought the whole thing is that Thor is just like a guy. He's a god.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, well, there's a little bit of scrutiny here I have to actually bring up. Wait, hold on. That's a little unhinged.
Who's passing on the title of Thor?
Who's adopting the title of Thor? I'm pretty sure Thor is just like a celestial guy. He's a
How can you
celestial
be
bro.
brother? How can he be Loki's brother if they just like switch guys sometimes?
Uh
Sucks to be Loki and have to meet your new brother every 5 years.
huh. Well, it also sucks to be Loki
Like
because
moving to a new school, but
sometimes he gets turned into a horse and has to bear a child, which
I'm pretty sure he likes that part.
yeah, probably.
Thor is the title and Odinson is his name.
No, uh Oh,
Beta
I
Ray
mean, I
Bill.
guess I never
For a while.
considered that.
What? That's okay.
Now you have to explain Beta Ray Bill. You can't just say that a guy from Tennessee
Well, he's
was Thor for a while.
He's Bill, and he ain't down with the gamma rays. He likes the beta rays.
Hey, hi, Draybot.
Uh,
Also, hi, Comfy. I hope you've been
I
enjoying
don't
the show.
I don't know dick skin about comics. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I assumed that it was the Norse god of thunder, Thor, and I just assumed that they made comics about that guy. I didn't realize that it had its own separate lore.
Yeah. Be fair, at least for the Marvel superhero movies, it does just seem to be the
You
Norse
definitely
god
said
Thor.
Marvel.
The Marvel movies. I also just did not know that Thor was just supposed to be a guy originally. I mean, I guess that would make more sense. That's a funny thing. That's the weird thing about the Marvel canon, right? The Marvel universe. They just used Thor. They just used Loki. And they just use the Norse gods. That's what they just do. They're just the guys. As far as I know.
I mean,
See,
clearly not, because they've also used Beta Ray Bill.
apparently Beta Ray Bill did become. See, this is why I like Moon Knight. Moon Knight's the best version of that, right? Also, Moon Knight's just great. I just really like Moon
I
Knight.
mean, also, Moon Knight is not a figure in Egyptian mythology.
That's fair.
There's not a pharaoh Moon Knight out there somewhere.
You
Moon
don't
Knight's not
know.
even a name. Although Moon Knight is awesome. I
Yes,
liked Moon Knight a lot.
Moon Knight was very good.
My
That's a
boy
weird
Oscar
thing.
Isaac. I saw my boy Oscar Isaac at another thing recently, by the way.
This is Beta Ray Bill.
I watched the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein with what the fuck?
Yeah, that was not what I
Was
was
he
expecting.
goddamn
He's an
Baraka from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, he's an alien. What the fuck? Welcome back with beans on rice.
Thank you. Just in
How's your
time, just as that's ending.
Uh-huh. How's your $10 bean on rice?
It's pretty good actually. I said might be closer to $10 just because like the tamale and salsa.
Told you, Sean. Beans on
We're not
rice
eating $10 worth of salsa right now.
and tamales. Uh,
Like if I were to eat Mateo's salsa, that's like $5 right there. That salsa's kind of pricey, and I'd eat all of it.
mm-hmm. And Comfy does confirm that the Marvel Asgard is essentially just a different plane. It's just the astral. They just live on the astral plane. Let's call it what it is.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the gods, they live in Godland.
Ah,
They live
that's
on
not what it's
whatever the
called.
Norse. It's
I thought
they
you liked.
kind of called that.
I thought you liked D&D.
Okay, if we want to talk about where gods live in D&D, fucking buckle up, because it's not the fucking astral plane,
Oh, did I fuck up?
poser.
I fucked up, didn't I? Shit. No, my license table, my license to GM. No, I can feel them leaving. Sean, you'll have to run the game now. I have to send you all of my material.
Uh-huh.
This is what happens. The light
Absolutely unbelievable.
shoots from my
This guy
eyes
doesn't
and
even
enters your
know
body.
about the whole goddamn
Great wheel
planar
cosmology.
system. Yeah.
I thought it
See,
was more
Jackson
simple.
knows.
I'm
Jackson knows
sorry.
about the wheel. Jackson knows all about the Beastlands.
Yeah, it's where the B stars are at.
It is. It's been a long time since I've looked at the wheel. I don't remember even half of them probably anymore.
I really loved the wheel for a long time. It was
I mean, it's fun. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but returning back, welcome back from ads, everybody.
Which just ended.
Which definitely just ended.
Just ended.
Um, where we left off. So the power had kind of like flickered on. You can hear the hum of the generator kind of starting up in the background. And the lights come on, and there's like a flicker of fluorescent lights and everything. And the room lights up. Uh, and there is a crackle over the radio. And you hear over the radio, you hear the sound of Mazon's voice, and you hear him say, "What happened is the lights came back on. You guys able to get the power back?"
Quincy's a beautiful boy.
Don't sell yourself short, Fred. You did half the work.
Is
Well,
Quincy a
thank
boy?
you. No, I'm sorry. I actually genuinely might have misgendered you there.
Quincy
It was
just says,
gender neutral, boy.
"Yeah." Quincy just says, "I mean, I, I go by either and neither. Personally, I just find it amusing how confusing it is."
I sound like that. That's pretty good.
Um, and Maison says, "Good. Everything seems fine up here. We haven't heard too much. Um, we ran into one of those things, but Billy was able to take care of it." And Billy just says, "You're damn right I was."
Ilsec got it.
Lydia just says, "He just stepped on it. It was it wasn't very big, but just keep an eye out. I guess whatever these things are, they come in
That's a
all
tiny?
kinds of sizes."
Oh my
Bi-
gosh.
I checked the motion scanner.
you check the motion scanner, and you are noticing like uh, a bunch of detections. Some coming from beyond the glass towards where the generator is. If you look through the glass now, there's like a kind of like a faint light, and you can see machines kind of moving and operating. And the sensor kind of spreads out. Like you're noticing like a swath of like motion as you're doing that. Um, some of it you can kind of ascertain would be like from the generator turning on, since a lot of that is like moving parts, and it seems to be kind of like a almost like partly a big like motor engine running to get the power running through the station as electrical systems start turning on and whirring on. But it definitely seems unusual.
Okay. Um, but it's like flowing away from here.
As you have that thought, you notice that the ones that are like a lot of the readings that are coming from beyond the glass definitely seem to just be staying in one spot. There seems to be, however, a cluster that is moving around on the display.
Any particular direction?
As you're watching it, it seems like they're kind of moving. This motion seems to be aimless. And some of it, you're noticing it's like right on the fringe of this sensor. I'm going to say about 25 meters. You're starting to notice blips of motion at the edge of. Hold on. You're starting to notice blips at the edge, kind of scattering around. And some of them are spidering out.
You look like you got a 1,000-yard stare, Colia. What's going
I
on?
think they're searching for us.
Oh. Uh.
We may want to lay low for a minute. If we can hide, it might be prudent to hide for a little bit and see if we can get a sense of what they are up to.
You want to rendezvous at the ship, or?
It doesn't seem like there would be a path to the ship that wouldn't be passing one of these like moving things, right?
You notice that most of it is grouped. If you orient the sensor, thinking about where your position is, that like cluster is oriented away from the dock that the ship is on. So whatever's moving over there is opposite. It seems to be closer to the other dock.
Then Clea says, we could go back toward the ship, but I would rather not double back at this point and get cut off.
Makes sense. Sorry, that's just monkey brain going. Ship safe.
It's not that safe.
That's true.
As you say that, you see two things, Colia. Whatever motion is happening off towards Dock B, at least one blip is kind of moving through the space. And it's not coming straight for you, but it's migrating towards you.
I think we should hide. Whatever they're doing, they're active now. They're wandering, and I think that we should lay low for a bit and
Yeah.
if we can wait until they are less active.
That's a good idea.
And there's a blip that appears the direction you guys came.
Looking around the room, are there like... Can you describe like the contents of this room again?
I'm going to say there is... It's kind of like set up like an... almost like an office. There is some storage containers that are like standing storage containers that have like...
Can we open those?
You can open them. Inside, you can find like... for the sake of convenience, I would say like it's almost like a kind of supply closet, like a shipping robe, and there's just like random superfluous
like office supplies and stuff.
Yeah, office supplies, maintenance supplies, nothing that would be helpful for you right now, but it would be big enough to fit. And I'm gonna say there's like two of these for convenience's sake. Yeah, all four of you would be able to fit between the two of them.
We can hide in these, close them, and we can watch on the motion tracker and wait until the coast is clear. I think that we are in danger.
It's a good idea, Collier. Quincy won't cut up with me.
I have, yeah, that's fine with me. And as you say that, down the direction that you guys came, echoing down the halls, you hear a distant kind of howl. You hear something down the hall. Yeah.
In we go.
Okay. Yeah. You guys kind of cram inside of these storage, kind of like storage lockers. Fred and Quincy, you get into one though. Fred, yours is a little bit stuffier because Quincy's wearing this kind of like bulky vac suit. You both are able to get in there, but you have very little room of motion, and I'm gonna say like because of that, you can't really see anything. Um, uh, Colia and Joanna, you're able to get inside of the other one. Is a little bit more space, and you're able to like get maybe like a crack. I'm gonna say between these doors to be able to see things.
I muttered to Quincy, like just like on my face somewhere nestled against them. I say, actually, I maybe chose the wrong choice because we're both kind of bigger fellas, and that
It's a little too late for that.
that's just not how I wanted to die.
Crammed inside of these lockers, you hear the sounds of footsteps walking down the hall. It doesn't seem to be like charging or anything. You just hear distant footsteps approaching you. And as you're watching the motion tracker, Colia, you see this blip coming towards the room that you guys are in. And then you see a blip on the opposite side from the other direction, heading towards the office that you're in. And you guys stay here for a minute or two. And you see, from the way that you came in, this gangly humanoid stagger in. You smell a faint charring and can see that there's been burning across the front and side of it. And it cranes around, kind of moving to and fro, its body bending. And then on the other side, you hear almost like a bark. You hear something kind of like give a hissing bark. You guys do anything yet?
Does Joanna have the radio?
You all have radios, and I'm gonna say they're like inside of your. They're like
Okay.
enclosed, so you guys are soundproof. I'm not gonna be that mean.
Okay. Then I just do this.
And she like holds up the flame, the incinerator unit. As you guys are here, you hear you Colia can see this figure kind of shamble to the other side of the room, and they start barking at each other. and you hear a few minutes later the sound of something being pushed and then something falling over. And then coming into vision, you see now two of these individuals. They seem to have the same kind of mutation that's happened. And they kind of look at one another and like inspect one another and look around in the room. Uh, One of them passes one of these lockers and walks past it, kind of like inspecting the room. One of them is inspecting where you were working, Fred, um, and seems almost inquisitive, almost curious, looking inside of it. What do you guys do?
I swear if it messes up my wires, I'm gonna wish he didn't.
Can I see any of the like entrances from here?
I'm gonna say you can barely see the entrance you guys came from.
Okay. I suspect that they knocked over the couch, but
If you crane over
can't
to the
tell.
other entrance, you can't quite see it, but you can see out of like the peripheral something lying on the ground that looks like the corner of the couch. Do you guys continue to wait? Okay. I'm going to say after a few minutes, you see them kind of mill around this room and become a little bit disinterested. And the one that came in first kind of turns around and starts heading towards the way that it came in, and the other one behind it follows after it. You hear them, and if you're watching the motion tracker, you see one of them go kind of down the opposite way. I imagine that like this whole area is just essentially a series of tunnels, and you see them split up. And one of them go towards the entrance that you guys came from, and the other one go the other way as they kind of walk off. And then distantly, you hear gunshots. And you watch the motion tracker. And you see the figures. You see two blips stop, or you see them, they were moving, they stop moving and kind of fade for a second. And then one of them bolts towards the entrance that you guys came through, and the other one bolts the other direction.
I just turn to Joanna and say, Billy?
Over the comms, you hear Maison pipe up and just say, "Guys, we have a situation here. What's going on down there?"
I just answer back. Whoever just fired that gunshot has a lot of unhappy company on the way.
And you hear you hear Billy just go. You hear Billy just say, "Well, if that's the case, you better get your butt up here."
I look at Joanna.
And she says, I think we got to get a move on." And you take another glance at your motion tracker, and you're noticing another one of those blips from that mass you noted earlier start coming towards this room again. Not rushing like those other two, but another one is like meandering towards the room.
Vil, are we going to the elevator now that the power's on?
That's the only thing I can think.
Well, it's now or never.
Agreed.
Yep. Sorry, I say yep, but I'm not in earshot.
Maison
No, on radio.
Yeah.
Maison says over the radio, "You better hurry. I'm getting worried." And there's another volley of gunshots echoes from the exit.
Lydia, stop firing the gun.
And you hear Lydia say, don't let it get closer."
I'm an actual act, Lydia.
All right. Do you guys leave the lockers now?
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get out of this maintenance area.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys exit the lockers and you check left and right, and it seems clear for the moment, though it seems like if you stay here any longer, something else will come eventually. And you guys head back the way that you came, and as you head back, you guys are kind of like starting to walk your way back, and you're getting close. You're almost there. I'm gonna say it's not super far. You guys get close to you get close to like 20 meters of the exit ladder, and then you see a blip ahead of you.
For context, just making sure and making it clear to the audience,
Uh-huh.
we are not going the direction of Bill, Lydia, and Maison. We are going the direction of the elevator.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the direction
I mean,
of the
they're both
elevator.
the same direction for now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're at the elevator, essentially, right now.
Okay.
But yeah, in front of you, you see a blip ahead, and yeah, what do you do when you see that blip on the motion tracker?
I just gesture and I whisper. Do I have enough of a sense of like how distances work on this thing to tell if this is like on the other side of the ladder or if it seems like it's still in maintenance?
It seems like it's still in maintenance, and it's between you guys and the ladder.
Gotcha. Is this place like labyrinthine enough that we could sort of wind our way around where it is and like try to avoid it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just like get people's attention and I'll gesture down like a different hall.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. You like kind of motion to Quincy, and they they nod at you and look at the map for like a moment, and you see them kind of mapping it out on their wrist as you guys can find a way around. Um, you guys are able to do that, uh, and though it does take you a little bit longer than it would have. Um, in that time, uh, you hear another volley of shots, and you guys kind of like snake around. And when you as you hear that volley of shots, um, you guys are, I'm gonna say, 10 meters away from the ladder. It's like in eye shot. The lights have kind of, I'm gonna say the lights have also kind of like all sprung on, so it's like it's pretty dimly lit. Um, you see something after those shots went off as they kind of resonate down the hallways. Um, you see something stagger up towards the ladder and kind of start climbing quickly up the ladder.
I mean, only one way to go, right? There's only one way out of here.
There's technically two, but yes, I would say
The only way,
your best
only
way
one
out.
way out of here where
Yes.
we are.
Yes, your best way out is up the ladder.
I just do this gesture and I start climbing.
Okay. As you are climbing, you look up and you're like kind of going a little bit slow, not trying to make noise. You see this thing scurrying up the ladder, and it gets to the top much faster than you do, even if you weren't trying to be quiet, and then shoots off in the direction uh, of customs.
I do my best to quietly climb the ladder.
Okay. Um, you guys make it all the way up the ladder. I'd say like uh where's the climbing order here? Fred, where do you want to be in the climbing order? He is
Fred
muted.
is in hell.
He is muted. He's
I'm
fighting beans on
first
rice.
because I have the motion tracker.
Gotcha.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I do the thing, of course. The thing, I do it.
What's
Yeah,
what
I do it.
where in the climb do you want to be placed? There's four people here.
I see. Colia, are you leading or are you? I know you pointed it. Are you like? Okay, so you're leading. I think it'd be number three, actually. I think I'd
Okay.
be because I imagine it's probably Colia, Joanne, myself, and then Quincy,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah. Uh I will say then, yeah, you start climbing, all four of you, as you are going. Um, Colia, I'd say like mid climb, and I'm gonna say like, of course, because hey, I'm willing to admit when I'm ripping something off. The motion tracker is making a noise, and you might take a second to glance at it, and you're seeing two blips coming from the direction you were coming.
Like from behind us?
Yes.
Okay. Am I like toward the top of the ladder at this point?
Yeah, you're about 3/4 of the way up.
Okay. I mean, I'll pick up the pace and uh, I'll pick up the pace, and if I can get up to the top before whatever that is gets here, I'm going to how wide is this elevator or is this ladder?
This ladder is pretty much it's a vertical shaft that is like a little bit bigger than like human shoulder length.
Okay.
So we're talking like 3.5 feet max
Okay.
square. So it's just like a ventilation
I
shaft.
was really hoping I could figure out a way to drop something down there that would make a loud noise.
Looks like a way to go to get something like this.
When I get up to the top, I'm gonna look around for just like any glass. That wouldn't work.
Um,
Uh,
I'm gonna say when you climb to the top, this is kind of like a also like a just like a janitor closet. I mean, the hatch is there. You can't close the hatch. It's not like the hatch wasn't working. And then also, um, there's like cleaning supplies, maintenance supplies. So, uh, you can have like
yeah,
a
I mean,
couple of
there's gonna be a lot of
boxes.
like plastic. Maybe there might be tools. Is there like a toolbox?
Yeah, I'll say there's like a toolbox that was left behind that's filled with like a bunch of like it has like one of them big like spin clamp wrenches and like a bunch of heavy tools in it that are just like heavy metal tools. Heavy metal tools.
Heavy metal.
Build forward tough.
I'm just gonna
Watching this.
take the toolbox and like open it,
Okay.
but not do anything with it yet. My plan is if we get hassled, I'm gonna drop it or try to drop it if I can make room as a distraction.
Okay. Um yeah. You kind of like are now you get up, you find some tools and you see Joanna peek her head over and just say what's going on? What's up?
Go, 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 go.
Okay. She clambers out, and if you have like a hand on the motion tracker, um, the signatures are like 5 meters away from the ladder, and then Fred, you pop your head out,
Yeah,
and kind of clamber out. What do you do?
I'm looking at Cole because I saw him like gesturing a little bit. I was like, what do we do? What do we
Get
do?
up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
I finished climbing up and I crouched down for the moment. I actually I go and follow Joanne.
And you see the motion tracker, and one of the blips has reached the base of the has it's reached the um ladder, and you can see the ladder rattling a little bit, and you can see the top of Quincy's head.
Uh, I like gesture at Fred to pull Quincy out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Joanna helps you, and you guys start pulling Quincy out. And as Quincy starts getting all of his body out, and his leg, I'm gonna say this is still a pretty tall ladder. Um, like 10, 15 meters below the ladder, you see a figure crawling up the ladder towards you guys.
I dropped the open toolbox on it.
Okay. Give me one moment.
My hope is that I can. If it hurts it, that's great. But also, it should make a loud noise when it clatters to the ground, and I'm hoping that it can serve as a distraction.
Mm-hmm. All right. Give me 1 second.
I
You.
like your thinking because it's one of those where there's a very loud sound over there instead of
Uh-huh.
over here kind of deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't know if that'll work now that it has seen us, but
Yeah.
we'll find out.
You definitely know one has seen you right now. Let me see. I should have that open. Hold on. Yes, I do. Okay. I'm trying to be better about this, so I need to make a note of this. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me 1d5 damage, Sean.
4 total.
So, okay. You dump this box of tools and like this like heavy like a hammer and this heavy wrench like a pipe wrench and stuff fall down. You see it hit like the arms and head of this creature as it's sent tumbling back down. And yeah, you hear a sickening like thud at the bottom of this elevator shaft, and a screech echo up from the bottom. And there's a pause for a second as you hear something at the bottom kind of like writhing around, and then you see the elevator, you see the ladder start rattling again. Um,
I'm slamming the hatch closed.
yeah. Joanna and I'm gonna say Joanna and Quincy also help to slam it shut. Fred, do you help?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys kind of all sit on it together, and as you do, uh, Joanna's kind of fumbling to get the key in the slot to close it, and you guys feel a harsh thump against the bottom of it, and give me a body save.
Shoot me. Me?
Both of you.
Well, good news. That's a failure. That's 42, and I needed 20.
Okay.
Conversely, I couldn't have succeeded much harder. I rolled. Uh, I rolled an 8 when I needed a 33.
So this is what happens. You take 1 stress, Sean, uh, and you and Quincy are like you guys are knocked off of the hatch. Like something hits the hatch hard, and you guys are jostled off of it. But Fred and Joanna are able to keep a handle on it and keep it like closed enough to be able to get it locked tight. But you guys are knocked back off of it. And you hear something like scrambling against the bottom of it, and what sounds like a muffled like scream. And there's a moment of like calm, and then you hear over the radio, you hear Billy say, "Oh, I see you're back, you ugly motherfucker." And you hear Lydia scream.
Is the hatch secure?
Yes, it is. She was able to lock it. Joanna was able to lock it.
Okay. Cool. Then I could just do this gesture again and then start heading toward the fracas.
Okay. You guys kind of like keep moving ahead, and as you guys approach customs, you hear scuffling ahead. Let me check something real fast. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you hear another volley of gunfire, and a howl down the hallway, and Joanna just says, "I'm." Joanna hears that volley and just says, "Okay, I'm not waiting," and she starts picking up the pace.
Okay, I'll keep up.
Well, there's ads in a minute. Do you guys ready weapons or anything, or how are you preparing yourselves to approach customs?
I mean, I will say to Joanne, what exactly do you think we're going to be able to do?
I don't know, but it'll be better than just leaving him there. You have to get to the elevator anyways. My goal is just get us all in the elevator.
These things are attracted to sound. This asshole's been shooting a gun. I'm not saying that we don't help. Just be careful. We may not. I don't want all of us to die here.
It's true. But I got a rousing speech that's going to last for 3 minutes, starting right now.
You monster, Frisbee. Also, I'm really liking how this encounter is going. I think this is also ideal of how probably Mothership wants encounters to go when stuff like this happens.
So really enjoy that out of character Sean and I. Sorry, I realize I'm speaking a bit country. I just once you start, it's hard to stop.
Character,
Out of
Sean.
character.
I'm not in character no more. This is just how I talk for the whole night.
This is just me.
Oh shit, Teddy.
Jackson.
You talking about
Yeah.
Bush and Teddy and this goddamn nerd stream? What are you bringing that shit in here for?
Baggy, you know enough words to fill a dick.
God, that is one of my favorite lines.
But man, but I appreciate that we both kind of were just turning the gears of like, okay, but do we help? But do we help? But like, actually, do we help?
Yeah, I mean, we don't. We have very limited means of fighting these things, and for my
Mm.
part, at least, I have my one good idea for fighting them has been used up already.
Oh,
So
trying to
like,
fire stuff.
yeah, like I don't have a good source of fire right now. So
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna do? Run after one of these things with a scalpel? The fuck, I'm not.
Time to do surgery. Time to do surgery, my boy.
I forget who ended up with the handgun. I thought I ended up with it.
You
I
gave
think
it
I
to
gave it back to
Jackson.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it back.
You gave the handgun back to me.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I do remember giving it to, I think, you at one point.
Yeah, because it was when we were trying to decide what to do about Billy. Um,
Yeah.
but I gave it back to you because I didn't need it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so we got 10 bullets left in it.
10 bullets. I think you got
10
some spares too.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah. Oh, yeah. Spare 3. Yeah, 3 spares. Is that 3 clips that are spare or like 3 literal ammo?
3 literal bullets.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll probably just like load them up into the, if that is okay to do. I
Yeah.
feel like at some point
We
I
could
would have
probably do
turned
that
my
on the
spare
way.
in.
Yeah. You just take the
Yeah,
ammo and put it in the gun.
I mean, I do love the little :3 face we got going here, but I'll
Everybody
make it
like
to
a
a
good
Spare
:0
ammo?
:3.
face.
Uh-huh. Ammo?
Ammo?
uh, reload your gun. Ooh.
I'm scared of the aliens.
Uh-huh. This is
We
also
never
some.
established what I'm using for a bag now that I got rid of my drawstring pack.
Oh, that's true. Did you replace
I
it with
was thinking I
something?
was gonna grab if we just have like spacesuits. I imagine that some of our spacesuits have packs.
Yeah.
I grabbed a spacesuit pack.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, and it's just like it's like a sturdier rucksack. Like it seems to have like kind of a almost like plastic lining on the outside, so it's like more like a container.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a lightweight plastic. And ads are done. Welcome back from ads, everyone. So
And I hope that all of you will never doubt yourselves ever again.
uh-huh. So on the way, uh uh Fred had loaded his handgun, loaded the handgun the rest of the way,
Fred had
and
loaded his hand.
Just
straight into the hand. And as you are approaching, you see that Maison and you guys enter customs. And the first thing you notice is that the shutters that were blocking towards the elevators have been opened. There are green lights at the top of them, and they've all been opened. And on the other side of the shutters, you see uh, Maison and Billy and and Lydia kind of backed up towards the elevators. And between you and them, you see two things. You see the back the of one of the things kind of charred in front of you, and you see kind of off to the side a little bit burbling what looks like just the top half of a body, but tendrils are kind of like flailing around a little bit as it's trying to right itself. What do you guys do?
As we were running towards this, or skulking towards this with Joanne, I do schmooze up next to Kolya and say, I'll admit here, I'm kind of at a loss. We don't want to fire the gun. How are we going to fight these things without firing a gun?
The first thing is we're going to an elevator. We get on the elevator, we leave.
You make a good point. So, bringing us back to when we see the tentacle thing, I'm ready and willing to just run past it.
Okay. I will say running past it will be a risk. But yes, you can run past it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm taking a shot. I think I'm gonna stick with the pack, and I mean, I don't want to make the call. Are we all trying to just skirt on past this thing, or like, what are we?
Yeah.
Well, so now that we're here, because we haven't really been able to see the elevator yet, is the elevator big enough for us to like all pack in?
Yeah, I'll say it is. It is designed that it like expects like high numbers of people. They're not industrial sized elevators. They're not like for vehicles, but it can fit easily like 20 to 30 people.
Commercial elevator.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're not industrial. They're just industrial.
They're out industrial.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is try and run past the one that is just a torso with squiggles. And shoot the foam gun at the one that is not that.
All right. I would say okay. So Fred, you're just trying to get past it, and Kolya, or both of you are just trying to get past it. And Kolya, you're going to try to take a shot at the one approaching Rosebud guys.
Yeah, because I don't want to just unload this handgun right here when it could just draw more towards us. Like if we're in the elevator, we're trying to fend them off and get people in and get the baddies out. That's probably a good time, but right now.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, like if there's something you think you can do to distract or drive off this torso, that would be helpful, but like
actually that's a good idea. I really do love the whole sound of thing in a place not here. Are there any sort of like steam vents or whatever where we can possibly, the idea is, the classic 90s, shoot a steam pipe and it dislodges it and suddenly steam's spewing out?
I'll say not exactly, but I'll give you some convenience. Yeah, I'll say like there's a fire extinguisher on the wall not far from one of these not far from the corpse on the ground, and if you were to shoot it, it might do something, and it would coat the area in like kind of a haze in some of the foam.
like take aim at the fire extinguisher, and I just say to the people around us, "Hold your breath."
All right. Go ahead and give me a naked combat roll.
Yep. Naked combat.
What other kind of combat role would there be?
There could be advantage.
Oh, okay. Naked as opposed to advantaged. I see.
That's fair, but
I'm giving you a naked and an afraid combat roll. I rolled a 62. I needed a 39.
Uh-oh.
So before I stop forgetting, that means I take a point of stress. Yeah.
yes, you take 1 point of stress.
Cool.
And you
Yeah.
expend bullet.
Because I was really good about keeping track of the bullets. I was really bad about keeping track of the stress last session.
I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna say, you take 1 stress, and it takes you 4 shots to actually hit the extinguisher, and it explodes.
Oh wow! All right. So
Um,
I'll mark another 3.
yeah. And
So that's a lot of ammo.
yeah. So it like took you quite a few shots, and as you're like shooting, 2 things happen. The extinguisher does explode, but definitely this body kind of like, you take like 2 shots and it like sits forward and looks at you, Jackson, and then you like take 2 more, or at you, Fred, and then you take 2 more shots, and the extinguisher explodes, and there's like kind of a smoke screen that you can no longer see it in, and then uh, uh, the one that's between you and Rosebud looks over at you guys, and um, stops moving towards the Rosebud group. Kolia, you can run by. You can run by past the torso, and I'm gonna say like Joanna is behind you as you do that, and you can get into close range of the creature. Go ahead
The
and
one that's
give me.
not just a torso.
Yes, there's the torso is the one that was kind of like knocked over to the side.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, there's 2 in the room with you guys.
But yeah, I'm gonna blast that thing with the foam gun.
Okay. Give me a combat roll with.
Don't make me do it.
Uh-huh. I will. I'll do it.
That was a D20. God damn it.
Sean, that's cheating.
I was like, how did I get a 16 on this D10? Jeez. I did it! 23!
We've been playing tabletop for like 16 years now. It's funny how that still happens.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, I didn't really look. I tried to do it by feel.
Oh, you're good. It's just funny. There's just some things that like there's some little things that we'll always be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I will say what happens, and you see this, Sean. So Kolia, you are able to get past Joanna a little bit, and you're able to like kind of coat it in this fire-resistant foam, which has 2 effects. One, it does like you see it kind of like get mired down and slowed down. Let me check something really fast. you see it get like kind of mired down and slowed down as it's kind of enveloped. But in the process, you also see like Joanna trying to help, and she like fires at it, and the foam doesn't dissipate or anything. It just prevents the fire from being able to make contact. So you have it like gummed up now, and it seems to be slowed for this round. Um, uh, Quincy is with you.
Get in.
Yeah, Colia is or yeah, Quincy's with you, Fred,
Yes, I am.
and is starting to
What do you call me
edge
as
uh towards Colia and Joanna. Uh just to make sure, are you just moving as well? Fred?
Yes, absolutely.
Give me a body save.
Yeah. It is. Wow.
Colia is Baba is you.
Yeah. It is 24, and I needed a 33.
Yeah. You are kind of like a little bit behind Quincy, and as you're stepping away, uh, a limb shoots out from that kind of like fog where your foot was, and you start seeing through the haze this body dragging itself towards you guys. But you're able to move out of the way of it, and you're pretty confident you can easily outrun it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I get her done. I'm out there.
As you move to get past this creature, the standing one, I also believe how does one damage? I think it does one damage. It's two damage. It does do one damage. Okay, that's good to know. Um. Yeah, you guys move to run past it, I guess. Do you guys do anything, take any other action as you run past it?
I'm just like gesturing and saying, "Get in the elevator."
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard dive for the elevator.
Okay. Yeah. And as you approach, you're getting a look at um you're getting a look at the group. Let's see. Okay. You look at the group and they seem uh you don't notice like any of them more like injured. But as you are getting past the creature, okay, yeah, as you are getting past the creature, you notice that it seems like whatever this foam is like it's also like expanding at the same time on it, and you see it kind of like collapse to the ground, and it try to like lift one of its limbs up at you, and it can't quite escape, and all four of you are able to get past it um, relatively safely, and then you kind of meet up with them. You guys are uh, like 10 meters away from the uh, elevator, and then you hear uh, from down the hallway where you guys came from a crash, as it sounds like something had just broken through a ventilation shaft from the direction you guys came from. And you hear Billy just go, "Took you guys long enough."
We're really making our plans. Get the elevator.
And yeah, you guys bolt for the elevator. And as you're running, you hear the sounds of feet behind you, as it sounds like something is gaining on you guys. Do any of you turn around?
Yeah, of course. To press that button on the elevator that tries to make the door close a little bit faster.
Okay, yeah. You guys get in the elevator, and like Lydia is like dragging the provisions cart with her. And you guys kind of file in. Where are you guys in the file? I will say there are 7 of you.
I mean, I think we're all just like in an all-out sprint at this point.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
question of
it's-
who's the fastest.
Yeah, my speed is 45.
Oh, yeah. My speed is 44, you bastard.
Well, I'm before Kolia.
That's
Unbelievable. And I thought speed was my good stat.
Speed is, yeah, I mean, I guess intellect slightly beats it, but yeah.
I didn't realize we were so similar in our builds.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe you would make the same character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our
I
combat's
also-
pretty similar, our speed's pretty similar, our intellect's different by about 10, and I got strength. I got about 15 more strength, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we're
Jackson's just better than me.
numerically. I do
The
think
truth come out.
the dice. I do think the dice did straight up favor me. I remember during character creation getting some of the
My
tasty
intellect
rolls.
is 10 higher than yours. That's my
Yeah, that is your.
differentiator.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then what you see is Ooh. So yeah, you, Colia, and Fred make it to the elevator first, followed by
So betrayed. I should have said Fred and Colia in that
followed by
sentence.
Lydia. She's like right gunning on your heels, even while dragging this kind of pallet jack, followed by Joanna, who's kind of helping her, and Maison, and then leading the tail end are Billy, followed by Quincy. And Quincy is like kind of in this hulking suit, and being an android, they're known to be
That
a little
hulking
slower.
suit is his body.
To be fair, it's only partly his body.
But it is his choice.
Yes. And as you get in, you see another one of these things, these kind of like stretched out bodies, kind of running after, that's like 10 meters behind Quincy and gaining on them.
See, now I think I'm fine just opening fire on things, because as long as I'm not shooting friends, like 100%, like absolutely willing to gun these things down while my friends try to get in.
Yeah.
Cleared to roll?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a combat roll. Don't do that. What's that? What was that face for? Don't make that face.
I'm going to take a swig and then I'm going to take another swig.
Is there alcohol in that swig?
I'm sorry, Quincy.
Oh
There's not-
boy!
yeah,
Don't
Quincy's
you,
dead.
Quincy? Quincy is my boy.
Well then, Isaac, you get to decide what to do with a 98.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, that's bad. You shoot yourself in the head. No.
I'm like,
I'm the one who's right behind him. If anyone's gonna get shot, it's me.
It was just slow motion turning around, just like not even looking where I'm shooting. I'm just like doing a 180 and being like, oh, I am faster. As I'm like turning and taking the
No
shot.
one else is getting in this elevator. I'm gonna fill this hallway with bullets.
Okay. Yeah, I know what happens. You take a shot, and you fire in the direction of the creature, but based on like
I hit
its
the electrical
positioning.
panel of the elevator.
No. You
Sorry,
you
go for it.
you take a shot, and it does miss, and you only expend 1 ammo. But due to the kind of like positioning of where the creature is,
Yeah.
you can't really get like a really good line past Quincy. You take a shot, and Quincy sees you take the shot, and Quincy ends up stumbling and like trying to stumble out of the way to not get shot, essentially, and falls prone to their side. Which, hearing that clatter, Billy like turns around and says, "Ah, hell!" And stops and tries to go help Quincy. Your guys' go.
Not my thing.
I will say,
my work here is done.
well, I was just gonna say, since Quincy has been knocked prone, you would have a clearer shot.
Oh, I mean, if I'm able to, if you're saying feel free to take another one, then I guess I will feel free to take another one.
And I'll give you advantage because this will not be an awful shot.
All right, let's go. They both fail.
Oh God! By how much?
The better one fails at a 57 out of 39, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, 39. So it is a reasonable fail.
Okay.
The other was a 73.
Yeah. Go ahead. And take one more stress, and you. I would say you shoot it like in the leg. So roll just like 1d5 damage, I would say.
Yeah. I rolled a 3.
A 3?
3 damage.
3 damage? Okay.
3.
Gotcha. Yeah, you shoot it square in the leg, and it stumbles to the side and falls like sideways, almost like right next to Quincy.
Right next to Quincy.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. I remember to use my alt tab. It weirdly works better. Certainly keeps me from accidentally jump scaring the screen. Guys, I'm aware that sometimes I jump scare the stream and Rin Tezuka's on the other side because I do something foolish every time, okay, guys? I'm aware. I'm paranoid about it all the time.
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah, you see it stumble and fall, also prone right next to Quincy, and Billy tries to help Quincy up and takes a shot at the creature. God damn him, Billy! You finally fucking did it! And you just see him. You see him. Yeah, you see him put a hand on Quincy's shoulder and then stick the SMG out almost point blank and just say, "Eat this!" And does a fuck of damage.
I love, as an aside, out of character. First, I love what you were doing, Sean, with my hello. It was great. Secondly, I love the Discord recognized his meows as half human. About the first half of it was coming in, and then it would cut out. So it was just like a what?
You're getting there, buddy. You're almost speaking.
He's almost there. He's almost human. Yeah, you see. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Oh fuck. I should have taken this into account. We'll resolve that here in a second. I gotta do some fast math.
Yes.
So fast.
Because actually, something else happened when and actually because you did this, Sean, roll me
You've done it.
1d10.
What have I done?
It.
7.
Interesting.
I have no context for what that means.
Yeah, when you, it's so
You did
weird.
7.
On
did
that first
7.
one that you shot with the foam, it was already looking pretty rough. When you hit it, you actually heard like what sounded like bones like crumpling as it was like getting
The weight
crushed
of
by this
foam?
phone. Yeah.
Amazing. Some heavy
and then-
ass bone.
You see,
Put that in a mattress.
hey, it's fire defeating foam. It's really strong foam, guys. Boop. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll defeat your. Oh no, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, you see Billy blast this creature on the ground at almost point blank, and it's like almost like forced back a little bit and like stunned on the ground and is knocked backwards. Why are you laughing? What's funny? This isn't funny. What happened?
We're just
Billy
laughing
Blast.
really hard at the name Billy Blast.
Yeah, Billy Blast.
Well, his name is Bill Williamson, so what do you want? Bill Blast Williamson. That's his
You see-
middle name now.
You see
Thank
Billy
you.
Blast.
See, Billy
This is the
Blast
superhero.
Williamson. Blast.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can send me Billy Blast Williamson.
Will do.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see him fire a volley into this creature as it's like knocked back a little bit, and Billy is able to like usher Quincy back onto their feet, and they're able to stagger away from it and get into the elevator, and you hear what sound like at least one more set of footsteps still rushing towards you. So, but you're able to like hit the elevator, and it closes with a ding.
Damn,
And
that last set of footsteps was Jesus.
the last set, it was Jesus. Little did you know, you didn't let Jesus on the elevator. What's that?
Let Jesus take the elevator. I was gonna say, yeah, it's just if Jesus is in your party, you just have one less set of footsteps. Like if there were 4, now there's 3.
Oh no! That's an awful reference. You go to hell for that.
I was hoping for the other place, but I'll settle for hell.
That's an incredible That's an incredible phrase. Jesus.
We did it. We managed not to kill Quincy.
And you guys
Surprisingly.
got into the elevator. Joanna is panting, and there is the sound of the elevator leaving. As the doors had closed, you heard maybe something press up against the door, and there was pounding on the other side. But you guys are safely heading up the elevator.
So an IRL thought I had that I'll let translate into Fred is Fred does have a small concern where he's just like, he hears the pounding, he's just like, oh shit, who'd we forget? And then it's like, oh wait.
Here,
He was like, oh wait, no, that's the
you
monster.
say that? Give me a panic check.
No, I don't
That's
say that, but like,
honestly a great point.
Give me a panic check. Where's your
Yeah.
stress at?
as of this session, as of right now, it is like 10.
Okay. Give me a panic check.
I forget. That's a D20, right?
D20.
It is a D20, and you want to roll above your stress.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
Hey.
Okay. Woo.
I just
Close.
quietly, like, I just quietly, I'm just like, oh shit, we forget. Oh wait, that's the monster.
Yeah, like you reach out towards the door for a to the door open button for a moment, and you like hesitate as you like blink, and and Maison catches your hand and just says, "Red."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. We're good. We're not going back to the ship anytime soon, are we?
Uh, every Maison lets out a sigh and just says, "At least not right now. No."
Deeper into the abyss.
Uh,
Any guys get bit?
and Bill says, "Thankfully, no, no." And Lydia is like sitting with her knees kind of like tucked under her, and she is looking winded, um and just says, "Next time, try not to leave us waiting so long."
If anybody else were to say that, I would have came back with like some sassy like calculated or something like that. But Lydia's like the one person that hasn't been unpleasant.
Wow, you broed
Whoa.
with. I want to say you broed with Bill over anime. What did Quincy do to you?
Yeah, Quincy,
Quincy's fine.
Joanna.
Joanna
Joanna's been
broke
weird.
bread with you.
Joanna had one meltdown. Can a person
Yeah.
have one meltdown?
In a life or
I
death
got
situation.
Joanna awkwarded me out of the room. I was sitting in the cockpit. She walks in, and she's trying to like schmooze up with Colia and be like, "Let's get drunk together." And I'm like, "I don't. I'm a fucking third wheeler right now. This is so weird, dude. I'm just gonna go take a nap
Hey,
somewhere."
to be fair, you read the room wrong. She just wanted to get fucked up.
That's fair. I believe out
But
of
fair.
character that's 100% true. In character, I'm
Mhm.
like, man, this is weird right now. I'm just getting out of here.
Hey, that's fair. Um
Anyway, yeah, I stay silent. I don't say anything to Lydia. I'm just like,
and Quincy, who you notice is like panting in a way. They seem to be panting. And is like, "At least I can. I did have it prepared. That when the power started up, the software reformatting would happen. So
56 hours, right?
56 hours. Yes."
We'll try to have fuel in her by then, so we can set sail as soon as it finishes.
2.5 days. We'll have to
2.5.
be on the lookout for places that we can rest.
Yeah.
I don't know how likely we are to find those.
Rest places will be real important for sure.
Joanna, like, has her hands on her knees because she'd been like running full force, just looks up panting and just says, "Well, I can't make any guarantees. There's always
Salmon
Diamond,
sushi.
I guess."
Yeah, but that's a right. There's no D in that. Sorry, second D. The first D's there.
I'm on sushi. Went
There
out
you
of
go.
business years ago.
That just literally ruins my whole day.
To clarify, she said I'm on, not Daimon.
Oh god. I take a point of stress.
You make a panic check.
No, we need it.
No.
$4 sushi.
Yeah, you guys have made it safely on the elevator. It'll take some time to get there, and I mean, I think this is the best stopping point that you guys are gonna
agree.
get.
Yeah, hard to agree.
So good job making it on the elevator. I think I've got the pace for encounter now. I think I do want to be probably, especially the way that encounters have been paced and going so far. I think I'm gonna try to be paying attention to myself and what's happening and everything that's happening, and make you not, depending on the situation, of course, try to space out the rolls better so that way you aren't continually stacking up stress also. And I think that was the right amount, especially for how long that encounter was to have about 3 rolls.
Yeah, I think that was a clever solution where you're just where you take a point of stress, you expend more of your resource, but you do the thing instead of just trying to roll 4 times.
Yeah.
Until it finally worked.
It did the thing. Roll with it. I think my ultimate feeling is definitely try to err on the side of make the situation more complicated, and if I can, always somehow lean something in your guys' favor, because nothing feels worse than just nothing happened and I lose resource.
Right, yeah, because we talked about trying to figure out oh, hey, what do you do? It's oh, well, what about the steam pipe? What about the fire extinguisher? And then I'm just take a shot, and it's just oh wait, never mind. No, sorry.
Yeah, it would be more. it was still more in my favor to make something interesting happen than nothing happen, and there was still a little bit of disadvantage in there, but at least something still happened.
No, that was solid. That was good.
Yeah. Well, good job. You also avoided something that I thought would actually end up way worse. So now you've saved a moment for me to bank later. I was gonna bust out a certain playlist, but that'll happen later now. So yeah. But I guess kind of wrapping it up. Any directives? I would say you guys can recover 1 stress, because whether you like your job or not, you did successfully get Rosebud fully on the station.
That's true, we did.
I'd say kind of Calvin balling it to give it a little bit of that wild sea spunk that I enjoy, because you were able to fully get him on, and it did almost complete that directive. Recover 3 stress. You got through something. You did a hard thing and fully completed it.
I like it because it's sort of the same as World of Darkness, end of story arc, end of end of end of quest line kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think using stress as a balancing factor for that makes the most sense for me, because it's not so much progressing towards something and more actually getting a chance to get a breather so your character doesn't have a meltdown with 2 sessions into the game. Because I do want those moments where stress spikes, and then I do want it to go down. I want the stress to matter in the moment also. So
yeah.
So yeah, good job, you guys. You did good. You did good. You got Rosebud on there. You started the power there. Like I would say that's worth like a boon of uh of stress recovery. Um, so yeah, uh, I might also say like I'll try to keep this in mind and maybe make it like a closing statement for each character for a session. Where is each character at the end of the session?
On the elevator, dude.
You know this. Come on, keep up. I think Kolya is very mission mode right now.
Okay.
Like, I think that he's, you know, in this moment of like a breather as the elevator is going, his mind is going elsewhere. But in general, he's mission mode right now. He's all about the practical, immediate needs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The this one I'm really of two minds because part of me really needs to get the lift off ready to go. So I was really thankful to Quincy for getting that started. So part of me is just like, okay, where's fuel and how do we get that? How do we get that back to the ship? And then the other part, which actually, now that the power is on, that might actually be not be especially not be too hard, but that's not true because like that area is swarming with monsters. But there is fuel in that area. I believe now that we've got power, we can take fuel lines and run them.
Yes.
Um, so that part's actually not that bad. So it really is just, are parents even alive? Truly.
Gotcha.
It's a lot easier to run from scary monsters in your 30s than in your 60s.
Okay. Um, then yeah, I'd say the last closing thing, to kind of leave you guys at this point. I'm gonna say around, yeah, around another 3 hours have like passed. And I'm gonna say Joanna is going to feel that you guys like take like a rest. So you guys can like lock the inside of the elevator and everything. You actually are safe inside of here even if you get at the top. So you guys can get a 5 hour rest, and we'll conclude that next time.
Yeah.
Well, good job. You made it through the first day. Do you guys feel accomplished? You should.
Yeah. Nobody's died yet.
Nobody has currently yet died, yeah.
Yeah. Good work. Good job. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm liking. I personally like being able to craft like more like high strain scenarios and stuff like that, and I do like that. There's a certain point where sometimes, like this, I think this session did a really good job of feeling like, okay, we have to interact with the creatures no matter what we do, but we can't just kill them dead. And I think that explored a lot, and I really liked that. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really enjoyed that element. Not to say it's impossible. pretty difficult, and I'm glad that it's not easy, actually. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, this will also give me some stuff to chew on, and I definitely have some thinking to do on the start of next session, which I'll be excited for. So you guys are finally to a new area. So, and I think with this, I can keep probably about a pace that we have right now, where ideally I would say one session for getting a big chunk of time, but probably around 2 sessions to make big steps towards progression. So
Yeah, it
good.
scares me so much because each time we've like revised this, it gets longer.
How
Because the
dare
last
you?
because the last time you were like, yeah, each session's like a half day, and we're like, okay, so there's like 9 sessions left, and now it's now 2 sessions for maybe a half day.
Okay, to be fair, it took you about 3 sessions to make it through one day. That's a third of that. I think that's a good time. I think we made good time on that, and I'm only gonna get better at it, I swear.
We will finish this campaign by the end of October 2026.
Hey, and it will be Halloween, and that's what matters.
It's always
But
Halloween somewhere.
it's
In your
true.
That
heart.
somewhere is right here.
And hey, we were potentially discussing having off weeks. I'd be down to also have Xenogears in between it, so we'll discuss that.
And he thinks we're not having an off week right now.
Fuck. Fuck.
Every week's an off week. We just try hard enough.
Yeah. But yeah, good game, good session. I had a great time. I hope everybody out there enjoyed this. And we're gonna do one more thing before we go, as always. Before the end of every stream, we're gonna come up with a prompt. If you want to participate in chat, you can. All you gotta do is type in chat. Whatever chat says, we'll use as a reference. And then I'm gonna have to draw a picture of it and in Paint, and then I'll share that picture before we raid out. So what should we start with?
Foam.
Say that again? Oh, foam. God, that was so
said
hard for me to
foam, yeah.
understand. And then what did you say, Jackson?
I said Billy Blast.
Helping Billy blast with a pile of foam. Is
Billy
his
Blast is my.
is his middle name now canonically gonna be Billy Blast? I kind of want
I hope
to
that's
now.
Not his middle name. If it's not his middle name, then it's definitely an official nickname in quotes.
That's
He's
fair.
Billy Blast Williamson.
I love the idea that Billy Blast is the nickname, so it's William Billy Blast Williamson.
Yeah.
He's got. You give this man a freaking Spanish anglicized name.
I was actually about to say the same thing. I was like, am I allowed to like say it like that? But yeah.
I'll have you know, the only reason why I actually know that that's a thing is because the first time there's a really, I swear it's a joke, but there's a character introduced in Ace Combat 7 that, I shit you not, they just spend a minute saying their entire name out, and I can't be convinced that it isn't a fucking bit.
Sure it is.
I was like,
is
this a thing?
there is I'm gonna awaken all the elder millennials. You guys remember the Disney Channel, and then I'll look at, why am I still talking like I'm Southern?
I know Miley Cyrus.
Bad news, friend. You live in Texas.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. But But yeah, the Sweet Life Zack and Cody. There's the one guy Esteban who like his running bit was that he just had a stupidly long name, like just like they ran that bit into the ground. I mean, it was fine, but it was a fine bit. It was go get, but like that, like it was. That's where I found out about. That was my first introduction to like, oh, Latin American people have, or some of them have very long names. It was
Uh-huh.
actually from that show.
It's a thing. I never
Yeah.
knew. I just straight up thought everybody had around 3 names. I didn't realize anybody could have more than that as their actual honest to God name.
I think I met one dude with only two names. Did not have a middle name. And funnily enough, he
Only two names is
was
not that uncommon.
there, yeah. Yeah, yeah. He only had a first name and a last name. There was no middle name. And hilariously enough, he was like like lineage of like Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he just went the opposite direction. He's like screw having 8 names. I only need two.
Uh-huh. Well, I got my picture ready while you were talking about that, so I'm good to call it here. So
Oh yeah, I gotta open up stream to see the picture.
So yeah, stick around to the very end if you want to see that picture. We also do a bit of a closing bit. We do raid at the end of every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. So everybody else out there, make sure to go and unlock your doors and windows. It's almost lunchtime for vampires. And thank you for joining, everybody. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by, chatting, and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for taking the time to going back and rewatching the VOD. We appreciate it. And if you're out there and you enjoyed this, and you want to see more of what we're up to, I recommend scrolling down below and following, or clicking any of the links. There's a link to all the socials and the Discord. The posts we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to. And just generally, you can come hang out with the rest of the community there. It's a good time on the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community out there. Everyone who follows, you guys are a wonderful and fantastic audience. We appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. Just make sure to also hashtag with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. That's a cat. That's a cat. You could be like Milo. He's cat.
It looks so elegant right now, honestly.
He is almost a human. You could see it in his eyes.
He is almost human.
He's
I love
almost a
that.
man.
He's got some really good like side eye That's some good
Uh-huh.
expressions.
And as always, if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate. Oh shit! Somebody hit snooze on that. I hit dismiss on accident. Somebody hit snooze. Stop it!
Snooze.
Oh, thank you. I was like, oh wait, that was the wrong button. Uh, and as always, if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream. It does help us out. I super encourage you guys to do it. It's just super rad that you guys are willing to do that. That's something that you can do. I don't do really any other kind of advertising, especially now that, well, something happened. I've talked about this. The Instagram is kind of in a bit of buckwheat at the moment, so I'm dealing with that. So hopefully, I still got the alts and everything, so if you want to really help out the stream, especially now, go tell your friends if you've been enjoying this, if you like our tabletop. Friends who like tabletop, they might check this out, they might like it. So I'd really appreciate that. So go tell your friends, go tell your family about the stream. I won't. And as always, a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon, Ko-fi, and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream, as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you. So we thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple of the benefits you can get, you can always subscribe directly on Twitch. Check out the Patreon or Ko-fi here. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. And thank you to the mods who do a wonderful job holding back the robot army and becoming famous. Thank you, Sean and Jackson, for playing more Mothership with me. I had a great time. This is a good session.
Yeah.
Your butts are in the soup now. You guys are going to be in consistent danger now. So have fun
We
with
got
that,
real
I
swamp
guess.
ass now.
Yeah, I got real soup butt. Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any housekeeping?
Nah.
Jackson, giving me
Nope.
the silent treatment? Oh, okay.
We'll
Sorry,
go.
sorry. I did say it quiet enough. The Discord didn't pick it up. I just gave it very quiet, like,
And I can't see your face anymore. Neither can they you.
Oh, gotcha. Well, no.
Well, go check everybody out in Goblin Entertainment. That link tree has links to everyone's channels and everything that they've done and they've been up to. And you can find the rest of my stuff here, which has everything that I've been posting to, including the VOD channel, where you can find the VOD for this and the other episodes of God of Limbs. So if you want to check out how we got here, you can find it there, as well as audio logs that I've been working on. I couldn't really work on any this week because my week was more eventful than I wanted it to be, but hopefully next week I'll be able to get a little bit started. So we'll see. Um, go check everybody out in Goblin Entertainment. And stick around. We'll go say hi to Mr. Victors. We'll go say hi to Brad, the OG voice actor for Brad Vickers from Resident Evil 3 for the PlayStation 1. He's a good guy. He's playing Peak, which I do think we should try sometime. It looks like a good time, honestly. The more I see Peak, I'm like, I should stop looking at this so we can play it fresh, because it looks like a fun time.
Peak gameplay, huh?
It is Peak game. That's part of the joke. You got it, Jackson.
Hey.
So stick around for that. Otherwise, have yourselves a good evening. Take it easy. Sean, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience?
Wave goodbye to the boy.
Bye. Jackson, is there anything you'd like to tell Billy Blast?
Billy Blast. You're my favorite superhero.
Now, is his superpower
So
the
part of the
ability...
reason I found that so funny, is because my mind immediately went to Billy Blasto.
Oh yeah. Or like Billy, yeah.
Well, wait, his name isn't Billy, is it? Is Blasto's first name Billy?
Well, no, like Billy Basso, but Billy Blasto.
Yeah, Billy Basso, the animal well guy.
See, and I
Which is
thought,
also-
oh, yeah, that's fair.
Which is
See,
also extremely similar to Billy Batson, who's Shazam.
And see, you made me think of Blasto, my favorite famed Hanar in action actor in the far future from Mass Effect. I love
And you made me
Blasto.
think of Blastoise.
My favorite Pokemon from... What's up?